Al Shaddai, which means he is the most powerful. He ain't just powerful, he is the most powerful.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that right? So it all makes sense when we look at the Bakar, that they call the Alaph. That was the most powerful animal we had. Most durable animal, the most flexible we had. Out of everything we kept. I appreciate Mr. Yahuchanan for allowing us to understand that he's the most powerful, anything we got.
That's right.
He's the most durable, most versatile.
Yes, sir.
Any we ever seen, isn't that right? All the time we ever knew that a father could be a son.
That's right.
And be a father again. Isn't that right? That's how versatile he is. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
We learned about the Bakar, the Alaph. We learned how versatile he could be. Isn't that right? He could plow, he could feed, he could defend, he'd even give his own self. Isn't that right? He could be a shelter. Isn't that right? He could be clothing on your back. And Yahuwah allows to realize, you know what I'm saying? I'm Al Shaddai. I'm the most powerful. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Most versatile we had. And I appreciate that. And all he has done, this opportunity, giving us being a Kai, alive, living today, give us a chance to consider. Every human you ought to be considering your situation, and most of all, to your latter end, because you don't know what it might be. Just because you're moving now, there's a lot of people moving now, they won't be moving later on. There's a lot of people talking now, they won't be talking later on. A lot of people walking now, they won't be walking later on. A lot of people seeing now, they won't be seeing later on. So you learn to start to take this as a precious thing. I know a lot of y'all, with young people, because I was young. I'm still a young man. They can cut the air down some, yeah. Yeah, but a lot of times you don't consider how valuable things are to you until you get to where you start to lose the ability of certain things you took for granted. I was a pretty good skateboarder. I remember some years ago, I was in my 20s. I had seen a skateboard. I got on that thing. I said, shoot, I get that thing, I do 360s. I got on that thing, kicked it back and went around. Man, that skateboard, we departed. And part of the skateboard said, listen, we're done. And by the time I could say, what? We were already separated. We were broken up like a bad marriage. I let that skateboard, I ain't never tried again in my life. But I remember, it was secondary. I mean, I go down here, I go around curve, I landed. I mean, them days, I said, I just stepped in that thing. I said, this is easy. When I did it now with him, man, that skateboard, they said, can two walk together except they agreed? And that skateboard said, I'm gonna go this way, you going that way. And that was it. I learned at that point, me and that skateboard were not friends. I'm not interested in no skateboard, skates. I wouldn't even try no skates. I used to get skate. I don't know what might happen now. I wouldn't even try it. How many of y'all know how to skate? Okay, when the last time you done it?
Yes.
That's tight. How long somebody said? 13 years? And then you raise your hand. You were 10 years old. You were not skating. You know she wasn't work. She was walking on. I know you walking on. She walking on the brakes. I know them folks. Them kids walk on the brake, act like they skate. I seen them. Y'all seen them people before? They had the brakes on the front. They start walking them, talking they skate. That's not skating. But way to go though. Could you skate backwards? I know that when the answer took that long. When you said 10 years old, her back hurt thinking about it. Yeah, that's skating serious stuff now. We went one time. Somebody fell. They broke their butt bone. They don't even put a cast on them. You remember that just years ago? We had yes, sir. You remember what? Yeah, you know how they fell. They didn't know what they were doing.
They were trying to keep up.
They were trying to keep up. Yeah, that thing hurt. Now, Jessica skate, believe it or not.
Yes, sir.
We didn't put him on ice. Yeah, we went to he skated on ice. Him and Josh, I looked, I said, yeah, I definitely ain't do that. I definitely ain't finna try to skate on no piece of pine needle. It's thin that thing. I know we're gonna have with wheels on. I know I ain't finna try that with no, man, that little thin little piece of, no. But they got it, they did that thing, more power to them. I don't hate on nobody. I want to melt that ice though. I was a little pissed. I mean, just have them I'm like, why I can't do that? I'll melt this ice out here. Isn't that right? Yeah, they done. I'm like, let them do their thing. I ain't jealous. I'm like, they need to stop it. I'm like, but I wasn't jealous though. Wasn't nothing in my heart. I'm like, I don't know why they trying to skate anyway. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even no snow out there. It was all the reason why they said, but I wasn't jealous though. That's the main thing. Don't be jealous. Let people do what it is they do. John, when last time you skated? When you was in Nicaragua? What country were you in last time you skated? In New York, the country of New York. No, it's a country. We don't have no. They separate California, New York. They their own country. They're not and Alabama. Alabama. Tennessee, they on deck too. Some states just, y'all know what, no offense, some states just, they kind of, even if they like kind of lost, because we don't really know where to put them at. Y'all know when people, there's certain states you mentioned, segregation, lynching, killing comes straight to mind. Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. You know what? That's what Louisiana though. You really know Louisiana. You know what prejudice. You didn't hear a lot about it because they were so poor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whites were so poor. Y'all, I'm sure y'all say one. It's nothing to grow up with poor whites. Am I correct? Did y'all see a lot of poor whites? So a lot of that really helped with them and discriminate. People don't know Louisiana was actually one of the kind of earlier states for getting rid of slavery. And that was only because they were too poor. They ran them off. They did. Listen, they were so piss poor, they just ran the slaves off. They didn't have because they just ran them to the swamp. They couldn't do nothing with it. They were too poor. That's how bad of a businessman slave owners are. A lot of them were like Thomas Jefferson. A lot of these guys were broke. They went in the hole having slaves. Yeah. You're like, what they were trying to do, make their weekly paycheck? You weren't even paying these people. How you go broke? What, buying clothes? You were getting them the rags off your back. They learned how to sew them up. Yeah, they was just terrible business people. They take crops, whatever they take, they just terrible for, getting the money, turn the money back over. I mean, had they had crack, they'd have been out of business back then. But you know what amazing? A lot of y'all young people. Years ago, people went broke, black people, and just people in general, alcohol. They would lose everything from drinking. That's amazing. When you look at how much crack costs and how much people spend to lose everything, people were drunks. And because they would be irresponsible for being drunk, they would lose their house. They would lose their marriage. Alcohol was looked at just like crystal meth. It really swung the marriage. Listen, if it was not for the fact that they came in with prohibition, that they came in with dry states, white people would have lost America a long time ago. They had to stop the white man. I'm saying he drunk up everything he had. See, they don't tell y'all this stuff, do they? Prohibition went for you. Prohibition would protect them because whites were drinking up everything. People think about people, when people got drunk, they went to sleep. So then you got to get them up to go to work. He don't see it. Now you had functioning drunk. I knew people were functioning drunk. When they get drunk, they work. You had to let he said, am I correct? You had functioning drunk. You had people that got drunk. Forget it. You're not going to get nothing. They worse than a crackhead. You're not going to get nothing out of them. They're going to get drunk. They're going to go to sleep. So you had a lot of functioning drunk. But a lot of people, alcohol destroyed a lot of marriages. People forget about it because crack cocaine. I don't even know if people even use crack no more. Because of crystal meth and what a fentanyl. These two different things, correct? Then now they finna come out with it. They got the other new monster crack, some other crack and stuff they got these people. Y'all young people to be on out the wild. Man, they won't take long. There'll be some y'all to be on. I'm gonna talk about you, laugh about you later on. You shouldn't do it, but I know you're gonna be hard. You gotta get up to your little friends and shoot something in your arm and stick something in your nose. I just wasn't that guy. You know what I'm saying? I seen how crackhead look. Nothing interested me to want to be a crackhead. And I said, man, I just want to try to be a crack. Listen. Man, they call you a geek monster. When we call you a geek monster, oh my goodness, man. Listen, them fine words. Now listen, we to get guy lighter. Like we smoking weed, like let me use your lighter. And a bit you can lift up the top, you lift up the, and I turn it, you'll turn it all the way up and play it out. You be like, and the flame, he said, man, what you doing? They be like, what? Man, they talking smoking rocks. But we done turn the light up. And they be pissed trying to figure out what happened to their lighter, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, everybody looking because the only people who had a flame this high. You was a geek monster. I loved it. I mean, I get that lighter, turn that thing up, and make sure folks you fight. Say, man, they talking. And turn aside. So man, you a geek monster. Yeah, that thing hurt people's feelings. So I was always about encouraging people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to laugh at other people's spin. But then again, why not? You know what I'm saying? They left their cell phone. Don't get nobody your lighter, you don't want to be a geek monster. But then, I mean, I don't know. Then you got crystal meth. What's the other? They got some other one. That ain't the bath salt. They got another one out. It's sweeping Europe now. Crank. It's Crank. Crank been out before. This is a new one they got out. I forgot the name of. Yeah, this one coming out. They say in Europe it's already hidden. They were showing them. Matter of fact, they had the camera. They were interviewing the people. Listen, they just walk around. They saying this stuff make them kind of crazy. They just the new one right here on the Joker. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know. They supposed to be that close. They start and the Joker credit. He like, you got some money. He wants some money. I said this. They talk like this around here pretty serious. So I mean, all they gonna do, they make it cheap and affordable. That's how you get people. Like years ago with cocaine, the only people you really The cocaine heads were New York and California. People in the South, they know nothing about that kind of stuff. When they hit down here, people were snorting powder. California and New York put a lot, they trendsetters. And a lot of people who were doing like freebasing, people didn't know about no freebasing. They thought that was somewhere you go take a bath, they ain't charging for it. They didn't know no, we ain't know about, when we young, in the South, I didn't know about no freebasing. That one, people knew about drinking. You had some folk that smoked marijuana. Because it wasn't even said, people call it green said. Ain't no, but we come along, marijuana was green. They call it Mary Jane for short, marijuana. That's what they had. And then it came out, see, they let Snoop number come out, Drake came out talking about that cess. And when he put cess out there, everything went green. That's it. One of those said that stuff was rare. People smoking brown marijuana. That's what it was, marijuana. Rick James talking about Mary Jane. So when they came out, them boys came out with chronic, everything turned green. That show you how but see, y'all don't realize, and I talk to y'all because y'all young people, I really want y'all to focus. I know you don't, I need to knock the piss out you, but that's just coming later. Because a lot of y'all gonna wind up going the hard way versus listening. See, they'll use these people, your actors, your entertainers, and your athletes are who they use to trend set on you guys. Your John Moreau, what's this boy with the guns? Moran, yeah, the brat. So this brat been going around here with a gun, shooting video, gun here, because they don't realize the reason why they'll let him keep going, he's gonna be a detriment to himself. See, and that shows you he's not surrounded with people in intelligence. They tell you screwed up, you were finna make $35 million. And you rather play with a gun, you ain't shooting nobody, you wasn't defending nobody. This just stupid, they already own you. Why you playing with a gun when you finna make $35 million? Because these guys, they put people around these guys. They pay these, I'm not a fool, they pay these people. There's no way, because you my meal ticket. I'm saying, Kim, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying, bro? You're a meal ticket. But these people are doing that, and they shooting a video, posting it, which tells me, Tony Smith, that these people are implants. Come on, man. You my friend. Why you shooting a video of me? You know I'm in trouble for having a gun. Why you shooting a video? Why you got your phone on shooting a video of me? Why it went on YouTube? Who you gave it to? For free. Why you post it? Because it wasn't for free. You got paid. Okay, go ahead and be stupid. The boy got paid. There's no way you shot a free video with a gun when you know I'm already in trouble with a gun and it just popped out here and they got it. It's because they put you here, you get paid, I'm stupid, and now I get screwed up. He'll do just like Michael Vick did. You'll keep making bad decisions. A lot of y'all young. Michael Vick was on his way being one of the best ever. Sold more shoes. He was about to sell more shoes than Jordan. Yes, sir. Michael had to get rid of it. See, but people saw the $28 million signing bonus. Back then, it was unheard again. This is your signing bonus. This ain't this for signing. These people stripped him down to, he got out of jail, had to work $10 an hour in a ditch. He was able to recover, come back to the league, but you can never be the man again. Now you're our boy. Yep. You can't say nothing against the car. It's going to look bad. We gave you a chance. You screwed up your own life, which you did, because these are the people you surround yourself with. Y'all young people, I'm telling you, look who you surround yourself with, the type of people. It makes a difference on how far you're going to go. You get with losers, you get with people that non-producers, it's just natural. You're going to start taking the same trait. You got to get with people got ideas, innovative, people trying to go somewhere and do something. Now, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It'll hold you back. You can't be with everybody. It's just, listen, there are a lot of people I know, I can't be with them. Simply because what I'm trying to do. I got other things. I'm focused on something else. They focus on something that they ain't going to bring me no money. It ain't got a future to it. I'm not interested in it. You got to, I'm telling you, last day I look at, you have to look at your peer group, where their mindset at, where their intellect at, you know, how innovative they are, how resourceful they are. It makes a difference. You get the people as soon as I'm out, man, we done. That's it. We out. What type of mentality you going to take on? You got to be mindful. Instead of letting people influence you, you need to be an influencer. Oh, that's right. That's all these people do. These athletes, they blow up and put in your face. They use these people. Look like LeBron. LeBron is a great basketball player. I'm not a fan of LeBron James, okay? But he's a great basketball. Anybody say, really, in honesty, say he's not good, first of all, they'll lie you. Yeah, right. You can't say that here in the NFL. If he was in the NBA, if he was sitting on the bench, you couldn't say that. You don't even make it to the NBA if you're not good, let alone come out of high school and you make it. He's created feat people hadn't created, but you know that they'll let him walk around with a pocketbook. Yeah. That's how they get you. When you can go to look at, here's a great young black man, if you want to say young black, whatever, and look what he's done, and then they show you him with a pocketbook. What's the purpose? Why this man got a pocketbook? He got kids. You don't think it's going to influence some kid to get a pocketbook who ain't going to be a man with a pocketbook? He's going to try to be a female. Right. See, this is dangerous. And see, for us, our people, we got to look at ousted. We don't want nothing to do with you. Right. Put the pocketbook away and tell our people you're sorry. Right. Hold these people to account. Let me tell you what you don't find. What white Jewish person out here embarrassing Jewish people?
They don't do it.
What Chinese person out here embarrassing Chinese people?
They don't do it.
We're the only fools. Ask yourself why they don't let these people. What white person out here embarrassing white people? On a national level, I'm talking about just shaming them. They don't let them. No, we're the only people. We're the only people get paid. If a white person do that, you know what? He's going to be his own individual, and he's not going to be an effect to other whites. Nope. Same thing with China or Indians. There's no Indian person y'all going to name that's out here embarrassing the nation of and the culture of Indian people. We are the only people that are an embarrassment to our people. We're a failure as men. We're a failure as women. We're a failure, and we don't encourage our young people enough to try to do something different. Get more innovative in your thinking and get more creative. Stop following stupid patterns.
That's right.
Following your friends. Stop getting, I know how it is, getting, oh, my friends got this. Your friends ain't got nothing. Their parents buying that for them. Right. See what they do when they get out of school.
That's right.
That's what proof. I was like that. I was jealous of kids. Oh, kid, you don't, of course you don't. Who go, that's what you like going to, I'm jealous of you. Nobody does that, but all kids do it. It's normal. You're normal. It's normal to look at other kids have things more than you and desire their lifestyle, desire what they have to want to be them. At the end of the day, when you watch people all the way out, you appreciate your life. You appreciate your life. A lot of times you'll miss what you have because you're so busy looking at what other people got. And the thing is, you don't know what they're doing to keep it. Everything you're doing is assuming. You know nothing about these people. You don't know if these kids coming home every day and their parents molesting them. And they buying them stuff because this is my way of, I'm guilty, so I'll buy you something, but I'm molesting you.
Right.
Like the Menendez boys said, they were filthy rich. Yeah. They said their parents molesting them. They both bumped their brain. They're like, they been consistent in their story, whether they did or not now. Them and the Most High know. But they say we're being molested, man. So a lot of time before you start looking at other people, I know people. I got a lot of people. I know a lot of people got a lot of stuff. I learned to do what? Maintain lane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maintain lane. Because I don't know what you're doing to do what you're doing. I don't know how long you're going to have it. There's a lot. I said, listen, I know some folks, listen, they did it big. They gave me an opportunity. I said, listen, that's your hustle. You had your hustle. They said, listen, I'm going to help you. I said, that's your hustle. I respect your hustle. It worked for you. It was legal, whole thing. They don't have that hustle no more. Now, to grab that hustle and I ain't got it no more, I'm done. I try to tell them, that's not my hustle, that's your hustle. I learned that when I'm out here. That's what I do when I see when people do stuff. I said, I look at it, I say, let me show you this here. I said, okay. I said, okay. You know, I said, that's your hustle. I had another guy. We sat down. He said, I'm take you out to eat. Sit down and talk to him. We sit down, listen to him talk. He said, I'm going to show you. See, this is what I do. And he looked, I said, He said, yeah. He said, yeah, you want to get it? I said, that's your hustle. I said, that's your hustle. I just let him know, that's your hustle. And he doing good with it. You ain't going to believe it. Not no more. He go to Vegas, he gamble 50. He lost 50. He said, man, I just left the hotel. He said, I left all my stuff in the room. He said to keep moving. I said, But I got this and I got this. I said, yeah, that's your hustle. So you start learning. I'm telling y'all, whatever reason they're grown people, they bad about it too. A lot of them ain't got out of their child stage. And that's for all of us. Get out of your child stage trying to become jealous or trying to follow patterns of all these people you see here. You don't know what they're doing to get it. Right. True. You don't know what they're doing. You see people, oh, he got this fine girl, he got this. You don't know what they're doing to get him. It's true. All you're doing is assuming. Yep. Everything glitter ain't gold. I don't learn that. Listen, live a little while, you'll see. I'm telling you, listen, I done had the opportunity to look in people's world. When you look in people's world, you say, whoo, close this, ooh. I didn't know that. You say, ooh, I said, no, I can't do that. But I'm telling you, you know what I let people do? I don't come here and tell you what they do, you know what I'm saying? Anyone will tell you about me, that's your hustle. That's all I do. When I see people do, that's their hustle. When I was in the street hustling, that was my hustle. Stealing cars, selling, that was my hustle. A lot of stuff people did. I ain't do it. I said, that ain't my hustle. I learned years ago, you getting something ain't your hustle, you gonna lose. Because I don't know what you're doing to do what you're doing. I don't know how far you'll go. I don't like what you're doing enough to go that far for it. See, I look at this. When I do something, I got to be willing to go so far for it.
Yeah.
I jump on your hustle. Your hustle might have my hand. I might not like it. Then I'm stuck because I won't go that far. When you're going to tell my law, I wouldn't go that far. But when I really look at it, that wasn't my hustle. So I let you have your hustle. If it work out for you, it work out for you. Everybody stuff, you got to listen and listen to them. Because I always got to do this and you do this. Well, at the end of the day, I got to have myself rooted and grounded in my spirituality, which is who I am. That's important to me. I need to have that balance when I'm doing something. I need to make sure that it don't put a defect in what I'm doing with him. That's got to be keep upon it. Where am I at with him? I need to wear that. Where am I at with him? How much involvement is going to be involved with this? How much commitment I got to put into it? So a lot of that's going to make a difference on what I'm doing. Sometimes you get committed to stuff, you get so committed, you got to go all the way with it, and sometimes it'll pull you out. So it's a lot you got to consider, and you got to process fast. That's the difference of being street and being, square. I like square. Please don't think I don't like it. But when you street, you have to think faster.
Oh, yeah.
So you tell me something, I got to already try to get to the end of it. Just like I need to know the end before I get out. I don't need to get down there at the door of it and find out the end. He said, if I know this, I know where to start it. So it's key stuff you want to hear people tell you, not just all the fluff. People tell you the fluff to get you in. Like they said, let's go rob a bank. They gonna say, I'm gonna be honest now before we go. Now we can wind up getting a shootout with the police and wind up getting killed. Yeah. You know how many people wouldn't go? When they tell them, I already know how they work. Let's go rob the nigga. Let me tell you, I've done all this. Y'all hear what I'm saying? There's no talking on that part. Just listen. People don't tell you this can go this way until it happens, and now you looking stupid, and you realize, you know what you're saying? I should have never did it. I should have never went. But common sense, if you're going to do something, it's got to be another side to it. What's the other side of this? We're going to go rob Cam. So Cam just gonna let us rob him, and Cam might catch us and shoot us and kill us. Guess when we thought about it, when one of us got hit. When the police got us, now we finna go to prison for armed robbery, possibly kidnapping, and it just gets so bad. Y'all young people, please use y'all head. People come to you something, think it all the way through. So if I get caught, y'all can get me out. Don't get caught, nigga. Say, I don't know nobody who's trying to get caught. But we need to discuss it. Y'all might want who used to watch Good Time? I'm talking about really, hold on, who used to watch Good Time? Think about your answer. Well, how I'm thinking about it? You want them niggas to flip through and sing Thelma one time? Or you somebody to watch episodes? That's why I want to know if you real. Where them hands at? Good Time. Let me see them. I'm going to see your face. What y'all do? I'm going to just point at one of you. Let me see them hands. Hold them up. I need an answer. What you do when James got shot? Go put a check on the board. Go put a check on that board. Put a check on that board. I know you. I know she ain't why. I told you I'm thinking. Chris. She didn't know that, Chris. Go put a check on the board. You just messed up an episode. Come on, because we can't have that. If you watched it, you should have known that. Where do people want a good time at? Now, it's getting lower and lower. People want a good time. I thought he said, hey, you ever watch somebody have a good time? No, for a minute ago, I thought I had the whole cast in here, 4 hands up. All right, I got name but one person want a good time, 2 people. Probably people. What's wrong with your hand, big man? Oh, no, you did it and started rubbing stuff. Which one you on? You in or out? Yeah. Are you in or out? I'm in. You in, not out? I'm in. In, not out. In. You out, so you in. I'm in. But you say you out. You ain't out, you in. All right, episode coming. You ready? Hold your hand back up. Yeah. Think about it. When JJ got shot by that gang, what you think? What happened? That's how, come on, big man. Come on, my brother Jack Call. Come on, big man. I said, you were thinking too long. How you don't know when he got, come on, kid. That man's up. See, he's still trying to think now. See, y'all know, how many folks want a good time? Now, anybody want a good time? Yes. I get less and less. Oh, y'all want a good time. Y'all want to know about that? What hand is that? Oh, I can tell that. I said, all right. You don't watch Good Time before, John? All the episodes. Let me see. Don't be trying to ball up your hand. I got one right here. I got him. I got it right here. You watch Good Time? Okay. Think about that. What you do when Junior went to the prom and his girlfriend was gone? Come on, my brother's that come. How many of y'all remember that episode? So they know he ain't making it up, don't it? Uh-huh. Yeah. Where all these Good Time people at? Well, getting thinner and thinner, ain't it? Maybe, well, you know what Good Time? Roy said, don't even try it. Because I know what Good Time. Where all these Good Time folks at? That's amazing. There's a lot of folks here watching Good Time in that round. We just want to see if y'all like this round now. See, real Good Time watching folks. They remember that. Let me see. I seen someone. Let me say, what them Good Time? What you been doing, Pastor? Pastor, hands up, Pastor. They start thinking about episodes now. Who we got? Well, all these Good Time. Oh, we got two more over there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like somebody. I like them. They think I'm the dumbest one in Good Time in the room. Yeah, here we go. We coming up, huh? All right, we got y'all two ready. We got an episode coming up. We want to know what episode was it when JJ drew a picture of Thelma. Don't take that long, that both of y'all. Dude, that's what I'm talking about, Lee. You ain't going yet, Chris?
No, I think I remember that.
I'm thinking I remember the check go with it too to take that. Now, what y'all think? He should get that kind of mercy, y'all?
What about the episode?
Which episode was it?
You said when JJ drew the picture of them.
Okay.
What about it?
Oh, come on, put that check. Yeah, come on, put that check. Come on, put that. My brother check call. Come on down. I asked you what episode was it? Now you ain't got to remember the name. How many of y'all remember the episode? Don't nobody remember the episode? Oh, he said, hold on. We see somebody. What you said, Jack? You want to add what? What episode was it? What episode was it?
I don't know what episode.
You don't know what episode it was? You remember what?
They painted a couple.
He painted a couple of. How about you paint that check right back up here, big man? Come on, big man. How did man remember all that? How many of y'all don't remember what episode that was? That was the last episode.
Oh.
He drew a picture of her, yes, and he wound up setting that. He wound up getting out the ghetto. That's how I got the ghetto. See, Carrie, I remember that now, don't I? See that why I tell you, don't raise your hand. I know everything. He got a job.
Yeah, he got a job.
Come on, big man. Come on. He got a job for that. What was that? Hold on. So we got to know. Come on, big man.
Yeah.
Come on, big man. Let me see. All right, turn around. Let me see something for you. Just turn around, fade away. Don't peek. Just turn. How many of y'all know he gonna get that wrong? Be honest. All right, that's it. Put him down. Then nobody ready that here. Come on. All right, big man. You ready? Yeah. All right, this is for the winner for camp. All right, this is it. You think about the episode here? Mm-hmm. What was JJ's first job?
I think he worked at
Yeah, he been kind of.
he worked
At the chicken scale. At the chicken shack. Get ahead, About time. If I stayed up here for 2.5 hours, I remember what it was too. Turn around again. Let's take it. Turn around. Let me ask a question. How many y'all need to get the next one wrong? All right, let's say, oh, nice. Everybody believe in you. All right, okay, here we go. Yeah, oh, they believe in it. So, what was that on the top of his hat? Let's go on up to the board. Come on, but to the board right there. There we go. See that move too fast. Yeah. Hold on for a minute. You come on. You meet him up there. Come on for that room. Come on. Thank you, sir. Right, thank you. And the correct answer. Come on up here, Pastor. Hold on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. Hold, turn around. Hold on, Pastor. That's it. You gotta be fair. Hold on. I mean, know my pastor, who every time little boy gonna get it right, get it wrong. All right, I believe in it. That's what y'all gonna believe in like me. Come on, Pastor. All right, for the winning, for all the points.
He had a buffalo with a screen on.
That's what I'm talking about. That was a cow. Come on, put that check on the board. Go. We can't have the animals get mixed all up like that, right? Y'all see, you gotta know somebody everything. That's how we do that. Good job, good job. Y'all did a good job. And give me a hand clap for having all the right answers. What's the chances I don't have all the right answers? Isn't that right? And I try to tell people that what I do, I try to be an avid studier of everything. Letters, numbers, subject matter, anything. Isn't that right? And you're supposed to know about stuff like that.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
Anything. Like I said, words. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Know the Jeffersons like that?
Know the Jefferson like that?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. And go put a check on that for questions. Question of leadership. They were having 2 millions of guys getting fighting. Why he want to challenge me on that? Why he want to challenge my apostleship of TV? What you want to ask me about the Jefferson?
You always say he never had a car. I remember the episode he did get a car.
Now he had the van. Now they had the vans they had for the cleaners. You remember him having a car?
Yes.
What kind of car?
He was shopping for a Rolls Royce.
Oh, what's the key word? Hands. At this point, what did my brother say? My brother just called. My brother just called. He said 2,400,000 else, and that ain't right. He just called. That man said he had a car. All right, tell him we had. He was shopping for shopping and shopped and got. That's all right. Yeah, he had to dry clean the van. You know, yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta know all this stuff. So I know a little somebody everything. What you got a question? Come on up. Come on, I never met this lady before. Come on, Battle. I never met you before. Come on up. Never met this lady before. Come on, Battle. Yeah, man. Don't know her, never seen her. Well, how we doing? So she got a question, gonna ask me, she's gonna channel my know any, ask me anything, and go ahead and ask me. Let's do this. So I only want to look. That might be a dog. Go ahead. Oh, gee. Man. What's the chance that I'm just know that like that? I'm just know stuff that's come to me. It just come to me. I be knowing stuff. Now, y'all think this ain't again, I do it with somebody. Come on, Yosh. I never met you. Come on. Somebody else I never met before. How you doing? And what's your name? Yosh. Oh, never met her before. Come on, Yosh. So I'm going to ask her a series of little questions, just see if she can pick them up. And she should be easy to do it. These are questions any little kid should know anybody. We'll ask you a simple question. It might be a math question, better question, something simple. What's 2 + 2? That's all I need. Come on, sit down. Come on. Your hand clap. Everybody can do hand clap a couple of them. It is. And you know what? It's really my fault because I make it look easy. When she was saying here sweating, bullet, trying to come up, what makes so bad? I heard a mother up foot. I didn't took too long. So that's how it happened. See, come on, Jordan. I never met you before. Come on before. So give me a hand clap. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you ask me a question. Okay? Okay. Go put a check on the bed for then come back. It takes too long, too. And put it by your dad's name. So I know your mama ain't raised you like that. Yeah, put a check by your dad's name up down. Put a big one. Put it over somewhere I can be able to write on. Put it close on the other side. Yeah. And put a big one up down. Yeah, big one. I'm trying to give your dad a check, but we'll take that. That'll pay it. Come on up here. I'm gonna let you ask me a question. Any question, be a math, be a reading, be a spelling question. It be geography, anything about the world, anything that you want to come up with your own, right? I just turn back and ask me what 5 + 5 is. Come on. Well, you know, how do this? Listen, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, it's gonna be something about the world, it's gonna be about animals, it's gonna be about water, and also it's math. It's like that quick, my mind just go and get the answer. So if anybody want to learn how to do that, how many folks want to be saying, all right, this is what we do. Bring your $59,99,000 down for your first session. And then what we'll do, we'll work out payment plans on the rest of it. Anybody want to learn how to do it? Call me, come and see me, email me, but come with cash. I did IOU and I'm still looking for them. I am still looking for the you. So please bring cash, okay? So we'll train y'all how to do it, and y'all want to learn how to do it. Come on, let me try you. You blind, come and see. Go ahead, go. You like that when you come up. Do like this when you come up here. Do like this, because you can't see. Do like this. Come on. Look like you got a cane. Come on. Yeah. They don't come like that. They carry shoes on. I'm not enjoying it. I said, I got a cane. Look at it. Go find your mom name, put a check up there about. That man don't know blind from leukemia and marching down. What's wrong with this man? Put one right here. Got a chimp, yeah. Good. We gotta find. Oh, they don't go on. Well, you can't see what your mama name at?
No.
How many fingers at a time? How many fingers gonna hold up?
5.
How many fingers gonna hold up? Well, put another check up there. Son, you just getting worse and worse. Where your mama name at? Where your name at? What age? This side right here. I'm trying to help him so he have a future. You want to spell your mom? What your mama name start with?
J.
Who?
J.
What letters are J? That's 2 checks. Give me the back hand. I need somebody can see. Come on, give me this. Come on. Come on, let's go up here. Let me find out. Come on, let me find you something. Let's help you do something. Come on. You ready? I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
I'll just say your ABCs. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You'll start in the middle. Go.
J.
That means J, K, L, M, O, P. All right, that's enough. All right, I want you to count from 100. All right, start 1,000. Go. Don't worry about it. See, this stuff look easy.
Yeah.
This stuff look easy. I do this all the time. Anything I can do it. Y'all got me? All right, I'm gonna let him ask me. Since I asked him a serious question, he get to ask me something. Ask me what the last letter of the alphabet. Go ahead. I said, I'm so scared. Listen, I was like, he gonna try to mess me up and trip me, but my mental is so strong, and I come up with them answers so fast. But give me a hand clap for trying. Good one. If you have a kid with muscular dystrophy walk like that, please don't send them up there. Please don't send them. We used the last one we could possibly use. My brother just called. He told me don't use no more of them. So I'm glad I can help y'all out. So I know, by the way, Carrie fell. It was bad. At least 3, 4. You saying, look, now he gone. He trying to, y'all know what Carrie right now? He on YouTube. Going through every episode of Good Time trying to find him. When JJ painted that picture of Thelma. He's there going through everything. It takes time to do this. It takes years and years of practice. All right, we're going to try to move on and talk to y'all a little bit, see what does say Yahuwah. Y'all all right? It's good to be loose. And I tell y'all, in all honesty, people, we live a real uptight life. I want to say this. Life is very serious on a lot of ends. You have to know how to balance it. I don't think people properly balance it. Since you're kind of looking at how your body is made and how it's broken up, you know, it's a lot of different attributes, but 3 mainly I kind of look at the body, the soul, the ruach, the spirit, and how all these 3 agree to work in one. So you have to learn how to have a balance. Sometimes you can overfeed one and not feed enough to the other. You'll have some people, excuse me, that'll take on some type of spiritual enlightenment, they'll call it, and they'll start to do fasting. Y'all know that? And they'll move into starvation because it's a balance. Sometimes people can try to move to be somewhat they'll call themselves too spiritual. And in doing it, it's a balance. It's a balance. He never put man in a place where he didn't need things that were from the Auryah. Although he made Adam from the ground, the Adumah, he needed things. Where you come from, it's important for you to go back and retrieve. You know what I'm saying? You're from here, so there are things you're going to need. You have people so spiritual, I don't need nobody. I don't need nothing as long as I got God, I got my Savior, which doesn't make sense because he put you in a place that you give something to it and it gives something back to you. Y'all got it? But it's a mutual agreement. based upon things being done by a certain criteria. And sometimes people don't receive back what they feel like they put out because you might not have properly done it, or you might not understand the science of it. To everything, there's a science to it. And it has to be a balance of how much fun you have, how much sadness a person can endure. I mean, sadness can, you don't see people, I've seen people die with a broken heart. No cancer, no diabetes, no blood pressure. Heart was just broken from the loss of, just losing a person. It just took so much from, which tell you there was too embottled into a person existence. More than it's a balance. You had to learn how to balance. One thing you come to grip with when you live life for a certain period of time, I think you come into the understanding of people come and people go. Whether people walk out of your life or people leave it by death. Whether you lose communication or people move, it's all a part of life. It's that balance. And if you don't understand how life works and how things are given and things are taken away, how to use things, possess things, yet not let things possess you, it's a lot of hurts come in life. I try to limit myself on hurt. I did a lot of hurting myself growing up by not having enough information about things, thinking things were given. And when you got something, that was it for life. Nobody will take it away. It's yours for life. It is not. It's life. You're not possessing and having something that other people had way before you got him. And everybody cycles out. As much as we don't want to, you cycle out. So you come to grips, I think, at a period of time in your life when you mature. Because it don't have to just be the age. It's a maturity. You realize how life works and how much you don't play a part in things, but you do play a part in things. Your actions can play a part in, even the book tells us about not being overly righteous. So you can be, how people say, I'm trying to live just as right as I can live. I want to live righter than right. But then he lets you know there's a balance. You can live so right that nobody else can ever meet your standard. Nobody else can ever achieve. Let me tell you something. Life is full of you making mistakes to get to perfection. Look at where a baby start at. No teeth. Some no hair. They're born blind. They had to put stuff in their eyes to kind of get it dilated, to kind of get them going. All these things, but look at what happens over time when they mature. You know what I'm saying? But look where you start at, not walking, not being able to enunciate words. Basically, your communication and crying. And then you get to where now you can cipher words. You can divide and multiply. All these things you can do. You have reason and rationality behind things you do. But this is over a period of time of doing what? Being trained, making mistakes, failing, getting things wrong, getting things right. You know what I'm saying? Competing, winning, losing. All these things, it all helps shape us and type of people we are. So with that being said, we want to kind of make sure we look at things in a kind of its proper perspective. There has to be a balance even with Alahym. There has to be a balance. I mean, we human beings, there's only so much you can consume. There's only so much you can ingest. It is. It's just so much. You say, you know what, you got people, you know what I do? I just listen to the word all day. And I would cut it off and slap the piss out of you. Because it's a state of mind, but then there has to be a separation because it's a balance. It's a balance. There's no way not to feed. Do this. Serve Yahuwah and don't eat nothing. Why? But you're serving him. All you're ingesting is him. Because that's not how you've been designed. So you can pick your own way if you want to, or you can sit and take the plan he gave you. That's not an excuse for us not living up to and measuring up to the standard. But he set these things so you can learn how to exist inside of. Yeah, these are confines. These are more like confines that we kind of abide in. You know what I'm saying? There's stipulations. What I'm looking for? Confine, compound, but put that checker down. You don't mind, Mom. Who left first? Chelsea, go ahead and put that checker on. That fine bad. Dwight, how you feel about your? Wow, you probably don't feel bad. Come put a check up here for you and your wife, Dwight. Let me call. No, hold on. I'm getting to put up here for both of y'all. Go ahead. Yeah, that look good. Come on. She said, "What is it?" Things word. Come on, put it. No, put it. These people say, I want to apologize to people watching about the sickness that we're enduring in here. You can't be pointing at people when you're in trouble. Yeah, what? And we need that air back on. Did y'all turn the heat on? Yeah, we don't have to do all of them, but just one of T national, something. But in saying what I'm saying, what I want us to focus on, and always, my true desire is to be saved above any and all and everything. And doing that, you come to grips with a lot of things that in doing that is learning yourself. And then learning yourself and being truthful with yourself, where you at, how you see things, and how important the walk is for you to do it. When we talk about my halak, which is a journey that you impinge upon, a walk, my halak. It's a journey, it's a walk you impinge on, that you take on. And in doing that, then you realize how you have to do it. You know, you really have to look at everything you possess and how important is it. Because in order to complete this walk, there are some things you have to get rid of sometimes. There are some things you have to just set aside. There are a lot of things you have to consider. On a long walk, a lot of time I took a long walk, it kind of makes it seem like you want to turn around. It's like it's too far. And when you're dealing with salvation, your mind can kind of come in and kind of do that with you. So you have to be able to make sure you're keeping that lifeline, keeping that connection with him, to make sure you're constantly examining, you're constantly keeping the ear to shimmering to make sure you don't find yourself kind of getting off that pathway. And a lot of times before you know it, you can drift. I told you about one time they sent me to the store and I want to get up there. I just closed my eyes, start running. I did. I wanted, because I remember I ain't had no car. I said, hopefully people weren't looking out the window. I just, because I know a car was faster. I think I'm walking, it's too slow. And then I run, and you run, and you're feeling good, you're running, but you really ain't went that far, because I will measure my steps by a car. There's no way for me to get somewhere, faster than a car. So although I might have speed walked and ran, or even rode a bike or a skateboard, these are faster than walking, I will always measure it against a car. I could never win that. I could never win that race. I couldn't win a race running on a skateboard or a bike against a car. So sometimes we can put ourselves in situations and the things that's just not possible. It's just not possible. So you got to measure by the ability of what he gave you. Learning how to use what he gave. I tell him I'm going to start closing my eye. I'll run. I started doing this here. I don't know what made me start putting Stevie Wonder. But anyway, my foot left that street and hit that grass, and there I met Mr. Mailbox. And I was just the right height of Mailbox. The bottom of the Mailbox cut all this. This was good. When I lifted that lip up, that Mailbox was good and old up. I got up and did what any brave kid do. I turned around and ran home crying. Because I was hurt. My lip hurt. And it's more important to fix this lip than go to this store. Now, I still had it when I'm going to the store. So now when you consider, and thinking about it, that was my end of getting out to go back. But I still had to go back and complete the same feat. So you start looking at when you make decisions, regardless of the decisions, if they're bad decisions, is it enough to turn around and come back from the walk because of the hurt? You got to measure out everything you're trying. I know a lot of y'all come in, a lot of people come defeated, tired. A lot of things happen. A lot of things hit people over the course of just living. And but it's got to be a balance. It's got to be a balance. I was a quick person. You lose and just be done, just done. And, this, after getting to understand how he works, how things happen, and realize that, things were more or less set up in a way for me to be here. And they were set up in a way to where a lot of things didn't work out for the right reason because it landed me here. See, sometimes when things happen, we look at things always as a bad thing, which some things are bad. But if it worked in my salvation. See, regardless of what you encounter in life, because we all got fear. Who want to die by themselves? Who want to be by themselves forever? No, people say they mad. I don't want to be with nobody. That's a hurt person. No one a person hurt. When a person, nobody wants to. And these are fears we have. So we try to embody ourselves to look at the biggest thing I can do to help me with all the fears I have is to make sure that I make him my source. Because there's too many things I can't control. Let me ask you a question. If I die by myself or die with people, which one is better? I'm still do it. I go to the grave and say, I ain't die by myself. There's some people around me. See, some of the stuff we look at, this when you really look at, when you get to it, you come into the world by yourself unless you're a twin and both of you can't shoot out anyway at the same time. Sometimes twins come in and because one might come in at 11 something, the other one come in at 12:01, they got two different birthdays. They said we twins, but our birthday on the same day. Actually, it's not. So it can show you, although you come from the same place, this my halak that we own, it brings us at different times and point. If nothing else, your death will come down, it'll be just you. Somebody else can die too. You can be in a car wreck, both of you die, it'll still be just you. It'll still be just you. So when you really consider what we're dealing with and what we have to process as people, because this is something nobody's done that's living. You hear people say, oh, I died one time, I came back. I'm sure you did. What can you really tell us about it? Can you tell me enough that will comfort me to make me not have fears about it? It might be good to hear, but when it's your turn, is that mean you're gonna embark upon the same fate that they found? So it's a lot you have to consider when you want individual. So what are we trying to process with this salvation? One person that I put my trust in, Yahuwah, through his son, Ben Yahushua HaMashiach, our salvation, the anointed one, is that I am a believer of what he stated and what he did. That he did moot die, and that he coon, that he raised from the moot. And that he said, when I got up, I conquered everything that you fear. I have to have that confidence. That's what keeps me going. It's still a pathway I've never been on. But to know that I'm following somebody who followed the same thing, who had the same like passions. It's important for me to know that he was just as much of a man than he was Rodney. Because you're not going to believe it. I'm a man. I'm a man. So it's important for me to process him as a man, to understand what he did as a man, what he dealt with as a man, that he suffered as a man. Because if I don't, it's going to be hard for me to kind of balance my life and try to come out to the same equivalency as him. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was giving him, I was never giving him as a man other than he came in the flesh, but everything about him was perfect. Who did no sin. Neither was deceit found. All I did was sin. All I have is deceit in my mouth, so it's hard to process. Me and him can be alike. Me and him can be together. So I appreciate the fact that the Creator, the Most High, has allowed us to learn of him, to be taught of him and understand that, you know, he sets us or calls us to sit in some places. They talked about in Shamayim places, in the heights. And I take that on not physically, but in understanding. To know that I'm following a pathway that's not just a pathway that's just for man, but it's the same pathway that people that already have taken on Alum Kai follow the same protocol. I'm not sitting here in you know, observing the Shabbat, and although, you know, Shabbat hit different time for people based off of when they see the Shamash, they acknowledge the same thing. That everything I have to acknowledge, they acknowledge. They can't sit down and eat pig feet. That they can't go and they can't commit fornication and adultery. That they got to keep all the sayings of the Torah. That they have to appear 3 times just like I do. It's important to know that this is not something just given to me, but everybody that's acknowledging of the amat, of the truth. And you need to know that it's bigger than just you, and you're not doing something that you're just doing yourself. Sometimes I think we kind of put in our minds that, you know, it's just something we just doing, we don't know, and man, what do we get to the end is nothing. You could very well be right in your own mind. I don't subscribe to it. I wouldn't even fight you on it. Because to fight you on it is be wasting my time. Because I'm trying to sell you on something that I myself believe. And you take on a belief based off of what? A lot of times when you find people that believe, they tell them because of hurt. Because they're disappointed. They can't meet the protocol, so guess what? This is how we do. We used to try to do something, you couldn't do it. You know what? It was stupid. Yeah. But when somebody who can do it, how about somebody who can do it? It ain't stupid to do. How many of y'all took that to pro? If you can't do it, it's stupid anyway. Because I can't do it. So what do you think a lot of people take on when they come down to the religious part of what we do? It's stupid. I never heard no stupid stuff like that. You got to wear that. That's just stupid because they look at, I can't meet the measure.
That's it. That's it.
I can't meet the measure, so of course it's wrong because it's stupid. So people go to where they can fit in. Kind of like Cheers. Sometimes you want to go. You let everybody know your name because you're comfortable. When it comes down to being saved, it ain't about being comfortable. Comfortable is why we commit sin.
No, that's right.
Because you reach a level that you feel like it's okay. See, we can't ever be comfortable. It's all about being uncomfortable and having that fear of, so it allows us not to impede on. Y'all got it?
Yeah.
So these are things that we have to set back and we got to consider. You always got to sit down and look at the logic of why you're doing what you're doing. You think I don't weigh and say, why don't I just walk out? Why don't I just not go? Then what do I have to believe to do that? I have to believe nothing.
Yeah.
And then I had to say, is that really what, because it don't take nothing to sound to do that. But is that really what you believe? Or that's something you'll do because it's comfortable now, because you can be recompensed. For I've seen people, you're going to have to see this man eventually.
Oh, yeah.
You have to meet, listen, you're going to have to meet the day of your demise.
Yeah.
Now, when you do, you better be good with where you at.
Yeah.
For me, I subscribe to this as a life. This is what I really want to do. I really want to understand. I really want to embrace it. This is why I want to live. I want to manifest what he said I can do. And it makes sense. When I see the logic of what he tells me and what he said, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's fair. When I saw it before through the eyes of Christianity, not just to criticize Christianity. When I said the people got other part. I think that some people have taken on Christianity and took it on in an honesty and sincerity. I do not subscribe to everybody's a Christian is a retarded fool that don't know and purposely want to commit sin. I don't subscribe. I did, but that would just be the logic I take it on from listening to other people. I want to apologize if that's a mindset that I put in people. Because a lot of times there's a lot of detriment. A lot of people go in honesty. There's some people, they got other ill will intent, but that's just people. That's not everybody. Some people honestly trying to get it. Now, whether he granted to you or not, that's his conceit. That's if he favored you enough to do it. And I appreciate the favor. And having understood since we moved into looking at favor, it really makes you look at yourself a little bit different, more than, am I really doing much more than others, or is it because he granted me? Because there's some other people he grant them. There's some people, if somebody did you a big, huge favor, you wouldn't do nothing for them. I ain't talking about do no favor trying to get no homosexual stuff. If somebody did you a really big favor, you wouldn't do nothing for them.
Yeah.
So I'm really not doing that. Nobody else wouldn't do it. They had to concede. It's favor. And I come to grant, I'm a debtor because I hadn't earned anything I've obtained. I only got it because of favor. If he don't choose you, if he don't elect, it's according to elections. It's according to election. That's it. It's just according to election. If he favors you, guess what? He granted to you. And having understand that, we have to look at now a lot of the ideology of how we've done things and how we fought for years and how we, spent the time of trying to debunk every other religion. Well, it's a waste of time. People going to do what they want to do anyway. Truth is going to be true. We all sit down with the same book. Everybody going to have a different argument. So a person really had to sit down and consider for themselves, where you at? When you're reading, how much you have to lie to yourself and get around because you don't want to do it. I know Christians can do that. So can Hebrews. So can Jews. So can Yehudi. So can Muslims. So can Hindus. There's no religion where every people in the religion all don't believe the same thing. People a lot of times believe to a certain comfort level.
True.
I don't want to believe to a comfort level. I want to believe to what's right and what he prescribed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be accused of found later that everything I have done have been in my own sadiq, my own righteousness. And he talked about how Yahuchanan had gone to establish their own. Like people don't break off because I agree with something, I see something else. So the same thing, they go to establish their own. And a lot of time why you establish your own because you won't submit to.
Right. True.
Adam did it in the garden. Because he didn't submit himself to what Alahym told him when he showed him the ox, the tree, right? But he ate of it because it looked right. So he left what Alahym right was to establish his own. And in doing, he let him know, and the reason why I'm going to punish you is because you did not submit yourself to the sadiq that I gave you. So having the ability to go back through what he's given us to, through the platform of, for whatever reason, he allows us to look at Romans 15:4, and they can read it while I'm talking. It won't throw me off. Y'all can read it. That's fine. And for whatever reason, he had it, and it's so prevalent every time I find myself in a position of teaching. Lamadin, is it just makes sense. It just makes sense when you sit down and realize, because I was a person years ago when I read, you can read, it's hard to throw me off. I mean, you know how many people in this room do stuff, poop, fart, laugh, hear and get wrong answer? I'd be messed up. Dude, that man had to say, you know what? He had to make me and say, nothing can get you off. Where do you meet Carrie? And them other niggas. You got to be ready for everything. But we human. Y'all look slow. You're human.
Yes, sir.
You're human. People have spent so much time trying to play to look religious. If you're living right, you're living right.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't living that different. I ain't got to talk different. I get in. I'm living the same way.
Same way. Yes, sir.
I got my inside the building life, then I got my outside the building life. Well, they all need to be the same.
Same thing. That's right.
Isn't that right? So come on, you read it.
Or whatever Nika taught before.
Whatever.
Nika taught to limit us.
The teachers instruct us and show us.
So that through endurance
Going through without quitting.
and through the nakum of the ketubim,
Comfort of the writer.
we might have tikva.
Have a cord. That's important for us. So what do y'all guys take it or not, y'all young people? Now, I don't say that every preacher should do this or have to do it, but for me, I want to set a precedence for me. And, hopefully that's something that will kind of radiate out to the rest of our Akeem, especially our younger Akeem, our young brothers, that they'll get it in their lives to take on their position, be willing to do it, and not falter and realize how important that foundation is that we establish, that everything that you'll go back and read, or you'll read as you progress up to that point, it'll look like it's futile. It really don't add up to nothing. It's just a bunch of names you're reading, a bunch of events and stuff happened way back in the Bible days. You ain't gonna believe it. Everything in the writing was in the biblical times. So and you ain't gonna believe it. Even after it's been written, you're still living in what they're gonna call biblical times. And unfortunately, people are ignorant. If we're not living in biblical times, it makes no sense to have the book. See, this is another stupidity of people. We say things sometimes without thinking. Man, that was back in biblical times. Wow. So what time are we in now? Because we definitely find in the writings that the same thing he told us are happening now. Wars and earthquakes in diverse places. Those were in biblical times. They're happening now.
Right.
Which means we were, quote unquote, being in biblical times. So the book is still prevalent. So, in saying that, using this gives me an opportunity to adjust myself when I'm going back. Because it's easy for the mind to say, you read something, I'm sure they'll read, you read, okay, let me just get to the meat of it. And not realizing all of it. All of it, because he told you, Yaquara's got to eat the whole scroll. Except for what part?
Oh.
So now I need to know this, so when I go back, not to take one part to be less than the other. Even when he came down to tell him about how none of the Torah will pass away. They told you about the tittle, another thing for us that have been the yard. You know what I'm saying? The tittle, a lot of what they gave us were Greek symbols. What is the Greek has, what is that? The iota. That's why people tell you, I don't give one iota about what you're talking about. Old people say that. You heard me say, I don't give one. Did you know that's Greek? That's a Greek letter. It's the smallest Greek letter called the iota. Now, if old people used to say that, I said, I don't give one picking iota about what you're talking about. You ever heard them say that in Mississippi? Yeah, but if you'd have told them, you say, that's Greek. They would have never known. They just knew you just say one, they knew. And you ask them, say, what is an iota? They don't know, but whatever it is, I don't give it for you. I won't give it to nothing you talking about. So they gave us symbolism, based off of, and I won't just use to say, let's not even look at it from the perspective of the Greeks want to get us out because this was during the time of the Romans writing, this Latin writing. So we definitely want to blame the Greeks, but the Greeks writing were more superior, and Greek writing is still used today. We use Roman and Greek lettering and writings is still prominent today. It's showing you how they just dominate the world. All over the world, in some form, people use Greek and they use some from the Romans. So now, with that being said, so they wrote to their understanding. They wrote for themselves. I'm trying to get back to what was written and given to the arm of Alahym, the people. Yeah. The people of Alahym were given something, symbols. We were given identities. We were given Shem. We were given names. And all these things were important for us. People understood. And it is my belief that if you gave a person a name of meaning, this was something that you would constantly keep reiterating. The meaning of your name, the purpose of your name, the type of person your grandfather was who had that name, or your grandmother, or another ancestral person in your family. So it'll be a constant reiterating the importance of that name and how you had to live up to with them. And I guess that's why we got these names, because it gives you nothing to live up to. There are really no expectations. Like my daddy named me Henry. He was named Henry, but he wouldn't have known at all what the name means. Henry actually is an English word. Now it means ruler. You ain't gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. So, but had I been raised to understand what the name means, because I hate the name, so being raised to know what the name means, it made a difference. Because it kept reiterating the importance of what the name means and what I need to be able to exemplify. But a lot of times we just give a name, just let you go, boy, go sell your stupid self. You would never tell a ruler he's stupid. You would never tell a ruler that. So you will raise a ruler differently. And that right, you will constantly keep encouraging a ruler, a future ruler, about what he's going to become, the importance of what he's doing. See, we don't do that because we just gave our kid that, because I looked in the name book and it was pretty, it was cute. It was fun, it was fun. How a name fun? So we tend to just gravitate and grab onto things, but they don't have a meaning or a substance. So now we come over, just like we learned him, Yahushua. That's Yahuwah's salvation. You ain't gonna believe what I'm gonna look for when I see him. Salvation. Probably a bill. Man, you got a cigarette. You got change for a 20, Yahushua. He said, no, but I can save you if you're looking for that. Think about it. What would you be looking for with a name like that from a man? See? So he knows what people are looking for. So he knows anybody that's seeking him should be looking for these characteristics. Let's see something real quick. 5 and 26 of the book of Yahuchanan. They call John. And we're going to look in this book because we're already talking about the goodness of Yahuwah. Then let's go back and see the con, the favor. Okay? That's what we learned. He allowed a man to write a book, a scroll, Sefer. And in that man's writings, he declared some things unto us that we should be looking for if you went through the book. Let's see. 5 and 25, let me just say. Listen.
Aman, I say to you,
Of a truth, he said, I'm telling you. What did he tell us?
that an hour shall come, and is now here,
Uh-huh.
in which the moot shall shama the coal of the bin of the Alahym,
Uh-huh.
and those who shama shall surely kai.
Mm-hmm.
For just as the Abba has kai in himself,
Mm-hmm.
so he has also granted to the bin.
6. Make it 6. That's still right, though. 6 and 25. Since he read that, we're going to talk about that. We finish this then. How about that? 6 and 25, listen.
They found him on the other side of the Yom and said to him, Moray, when did you get here?
They want to know, when did he arrive? And what happened?
Yahushua answered them and said, Aman, I say to you, you do not seek me on account of seeing the odds, but because you have eaten of the lakam and were satisfied.
What did he tell them?
Do not labor for the food that perishes,
But,
for the food that lasts for a long kai.
see that? He just told them what happened. Don't look for me for temporary fixes. Like me and my wife have a problem, and I think she's going to leave me. I'm going to go to church. I had a drug problem, and my wife is going to break up, and she's going to leave me and take the kids. So I'm going to run to church. People used to do that. I did. You run to church. I get locked up, I go to church. You look for quick fixes. Easiest way to get out of something. You come to Yahuwah, this a lifetime connection. So you want to just know what all you and telling yourself. Like these people, that's a good halak, my halak, where they went on a journey. a walk they went on to seek him, but was it for the right purpose? Just like you're him, but were they wrong people? So at least you got to start somewhere. At least you're seeking him. But for what he telling us, they were seeking him, they still were going to die.
Yeah.
Now, this is what you need to be asking yourself. Are you seeking him, the right person? But what you're seeking him for, you still going to wind up being cut off. It still won't get you what you came for because you're looking for a temporary fix for something. That's permanent. You got to get a permanent fix. That's the only way to get this thing settled to keep you from going back. Quick fixes don't work. Y'all got it? So that's what he just told them to do. Don't labor for what perishing. Isn't that right? He wanted to labor for that which leads longer and longer. You know what they knew? A long time. Long time. Y'all got it? These are the things that we're trying to set and we're trying to consider. These are things I don't think we actually properly sat down and really checked ourselves. I think we checked ourselves on seeking them on based off of our present day hurt needs, but not the complete need of the inner man. He told us, Shaul said, why the outward man perishing? But so now we start saying the more that I feed the inner man, the more the outer man dies. The more I feed the outer man, the inner man dies. So I got to be ready. I got to be ready to give up one for the other.
Right.
So eventually my balance come to a halt that I got to start looking at. I have to just more continue to feed one.
That's right, man. That's right.
But starting, I got to understand how life works. I understand there's a balance in life. I got to understand things are given. And he give it to whom he will. So when people have things, the only way you can have it is not by your expertise, your knowledge, your wit, your communication, or the people you surround yourself with. He give it to whom he will. And he take it. And he'll give it to somebody else. What do you do with a man like that? But you take on his scepter. It don't make sense to fight with you because it's yours. You can do what you want. And much you'll be fighting a parent. They take it, they give you what they want you to have. You piss them off, what they do? Come and take it from you. You don't need it. And they try to come get it. They'll be like, I'll kill you. I took it from you for a reason. I have that right. I can give it to you and I can take it away. So we understand the same thing with him, that he gives, he takes away. He allowed us to be him because he took it from somebody else and gave it to us. Now we come along and be the same people. Where did they put us at? Hello? Oh, okay. Let's look at the 18th chapter of the book of Yaquara since we're talking. Yaquara, they'll call it Leviticus. That says the Levitical priesthood because no doubt the Greeks and them took it and looked at it, dealt with a lot of the, what they would call the Levitical laws, because we started dealing with things that deal with the Kohan and deal with things he gave us as far as what become customary for us. So they named the book, no doubt, Leviticus. So we started dealing with, they said deal with the Levitical laws and dealing with the Levites. And they said who we call Louis. Y'all got it? We look at the Kohan. But we're going to go through, he called it Yaquara because he said, and he called. Okay? So we're going to read our book. We start to look at, when you look at the book and you look at book names, they play a part of what he did. And Barashit, what happened? What does Barashit mean? We go back because we want to know how, where this whole thing started. So it's hypothetically, you and Jordan and Alex have a fight. You're going to grab Alex. You're going to grab him. They're going to start talking. You might say, stop. Start at the beginning. Because the beginning is going to let us know how we got to that point.
Right.
And you start shooting me out in part, it won't be conclusive. I'll jump to a conclusion. Yeah. First thing you say, slow down.
Right.
Stop talking. Start at the beginning. So we go to Barashit. We go in the height in the start of. Y'all got it? So we move to what they would call Exodus. They said because we left Misraim, and that's not the name he gave our book. Our book came out to be Alahym. It told us, and these were the names. So in the beginning, you ain't gonna believe it. These were the names. And you ain't gonna believe it. After that, they told us about Leviticus, when he told us it was Yaquara. So in the beginning, these were the names, and he called. That's what we knew, and he called. Now, when he called, we need to know where were we at. You ain't gonna believe it. We was like Adam. We was in Bamot Bar that they told you what numbers. Because he said we were gonna be in there for 40 years. So they named the book based off of how long we were gonna be there, but that's not the name. It was in the wilderness. So the book names tell you about Adam.
Yeah.
In the beginning, these were the names. Remember, Adam gave a name, and he gave name to all of the creatures. When he came back and he called, where was Adam? In Bamart, they tell you our numbers. That's why you can't follow them, because they don't allow you to understand the psyche. I told you that you are the ben of Adam. To get you to understand why I keep calling you the ben of Adam, we call Yahushua who? Why we call him the ben of Alahym? Give me some key points. Say he do what? He live alone. What you got? The same attributes and character. You know what they say? That boy, the splitting image of his daddy. So we learned that when we named him as the Ben Alahym, the reason we wouldn't believe him, because we wanted to see him do what Alahym did. Amazing, it says Barashit, next word, Bara, created. Who? Alahym, who? At. He put a sign in the Shamaim. And At, he put a sign in the Auryah. Now, when the Parashim, the separated one they call the Pharisees, came, guess what they asked him to do? Why would they ask that? Because if you'd have been Alahym, while you're doing it great, you should be able to show some signs. So when he came and told you, he named a book saying, in the beginning, these were the names. And he called. You were in Bamart, and Deuteronomy they call. He said, and which is Alahym, and these are the words. So we want to know, well, what did he say? Let's go look at Alahym. He said, these are the words. Where were we at? Numbers? No. We was in Bamart, we was in the wilderness. That's what Adam was. When he came, he called Adam. He said, I hid myself.
Right.
He was hiding in Bamart. So your 5-book name that we account to Musha, with your Pentateuch, they may call it a Pentateuch, I think it's a Greek terminology we have on. Your first 5, which is Torah, that he gave you, all deal with you. In the beginning, these were the names. And he called. And they were in Bamart, the wilderness. And these were the words. So to get us to process the situation at hand we're dealing with, I don't think we actually sat down to look at it. We are people that have been kind of prone to failure. Books start out to tell us about the first 5 books, tell us about our failures. Just tell them how man. And so every time I say, Ben Adam, son of Adam. Isn't that right? So I don't have a lot of confidence in the son of Adam, based off of Adam. So you see why it would be pertinent, be essential for us to become the Ben of Alahym?
That's right.
Because Yahushua clearly showed us traits of Alahym, being his son. You see your traits of Adam being his son.
That's right.
Now, I asked you like he asked you when he asked him about, I heard the Alahym say unto my Alahym, sit down here at my right hand. Now, if Daoud called him son, he want to know, whose son was it? He called him Adon. He want to know whose son was it? So we're trying to look at now, we need to figure out whose son are we? Whose son are we? Hello? So it was to our benefit when we read in the 3rd chapter of the book of Colossians, if you then be, what was it again? Risen. I don't know why you would start with something like that instead of first tell me how did I die? He said, if you then be risen with the Mashiach, what you supposed to see? And not those things. But it was a reason why. What was it? He told you you're dead. First are you a moot. That's how you got in and moot. You had to moot. Think about a seed. You plant it. When it dies, you get it. You put it in the ground. When it reaches depth, you put it in the ground. So that's how it get in there. You can't put a live seed in the ground. They can't produce nothing. When it's dead, believe it or not, that's when you can put it. See, when you were reading in the 5th chapter, they think I forgot about the 5th chapter in the book I didn't want. He was telling you about the hour was going to come about the bend and how those that were in the Kubar were going to hear his shama, his call, hear his voice, his sound, and they were going to come. And then he explained to you how that happened. He told you about the Abba. Hello? Y'all forgot, didn't you? Ooh, if I process stuff, that's why I be in a mess. He told you because how the Abba had, what was it in himself? And he said, so did who? And the Ben would be the who? The son, seed. Didn't you know a seed have life in itself? See, it makes sense to tell you about the son. See, this is the problem. We know a father does because a father is a begotter or a starter. That's why Barashita tell you about Alahym, because he's the starter. We told you about the verb, then we told you about the subject. Y'all got me? Barashit, in the height, in the beginning, start. Bara, verb, created. Alahym, subject. Subject. So we already know that he has life in himself. We need to know that the son has it. And the son proved it in the fact, everybody that he brought back alive, he brought it when he went in the ground. You know what you plant in the ground? He said, I got life in myself. So the son can give life. I'm sorry, the seed. That's what he showed you. He did not bring it back as the father. He went in the ground as a seed, the son. And the son brought life. They told you. He said, I'm showing you how the son can operate as the Abba. So with Alahym and Barashit, how he start, everything he told you was by his call. What part he told you he took his hand and made and planted what tree? And dug what lawnmower he used and cut what till he used to pluck the ground, to tear the ground up for it. You know, I spoke it and it came to happen. The son told you the same thing gonna happen when I speak. He said, they're gonna hear my call and they're gonna come. Represent two people. How you think Adam can name all those animals? They had to come when they heard the call.
That's right.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
This was life. Being able to come, he showed you even with Adam, life was in the son. Look what that seed did. All of us here from that one seed. Every man on the Auryah is only here because of that one seed.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Now he just came and told you that the son had the same ability that the father did. And the only reason we got him because Adam had sons who had sons which made them fathers. And their sons did this, which made them fathers. It's all about how you look at it. It's all about how you look at it. So with everything man been doing from one seed, he did all this. Don't you know the father he was going to bring from Yahushua was going to be greater than that which he made from Adam? So we seeking something different than what we do now. What we in now is we're going to be compared with disappointment and hurts, failures, accomplishments, greatness to everything, the sickness, the dying. This is what we'll cover. This is all of the benefits of being the Ben of Adam. At your height, your best. After that,
All right.
the greatest we ever seen. What you do? You start tumbling down. He loves seeing all the height, the highest Adam can go. Who want to stay? Who want to continue to be the Ben of Adam? At the height, how long can you stay at the top? You agree? Kobe Bryant, average, regular, good, great basketball player. Considered one of the greats. How long he stayed up there? You said stop, so he not down no more. So you know he showed, and that's all the show was. Greats runners. Michael Johnson, before they hit him, before the Usain Bolt, it was Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson was like the perfect built specimen for it. That man run was perfect on running. Usain Bolt came, nobody even remember who nobody remember that. And somebody come on and nobody, they forget who Hussein. So he'll show you at your top, record break, Jesse Owens before any of them. Ain't that right? They had that homo, what's his name? Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis ran tied with the world record jumping with Jesse Owens. They said, go back, break the record. He said, what? They said, you got to do it again. You tied the world record. He said, I ain't coming here to break no records. I can't compete. They don't wipe over pissed with him. Like, this man is a true idiot. That man tied with Jesse Owens jumping record and told him, I ain't coming to break no records. I came here to have fun. After that, he went there and F'd up the Star Spangled Banner. Man, but you don't keep doing this, though. So if I break no record, you don't break the drum. But as saying that, it's just to get us to identify how the limits we have as unashamed as men. We have limits to us. And it's important for us to know our limits. I think in knowing your limits, you start to really consider. Just like when you look at your height, at your peak, and you come down, you start to set back to consider. All this he give to the sons of men. And then he come back and he retrieve it from them. He come back to let them to set to say, your glory was just like a fading flower. It was a fading flower. I mean, people forget all about you. When they play basketball now, they don't stop and say, let's put up Michael Jordan. Nobody wants to like, man, we don't care. That guy tell that, man, that man couldn't, what's the other, John Moran, he said, man, I'll cook that joke he was on. I mean, people look at it, it's so, he can say that, you know why he can say that? Well, he gonna come back. What, Mike gonna put on 23 of them shoes around that court and make a done fool out of himself? Folks gonna be crying, a little baby gonna start chewing them Jordan shoes up, pissed off. That stuff, your day is over. But he put it there so men will understand when you look at these things and you set your mind on, you're gonna always be here only for a limited time. When they brought the Mac rib out. I didn't eat it, I didn't like it. I didn't think a burger joint I'd be selling ribs. You need a grill when you're selling ribs. Ain't that right? I ain't talking about no hard. I'm talking about a barbecue grill. Yeah. With the meat hanging out the little metal already. That's when you cook ribs. You don't go cook no ribs on your own. No, you can't cook no ribs in no oven. You can do it. I've done it before, but don't you tell nobody. Ain't that right? Barbecue lovers will cuss you out. So having said all that, it allows us to realize just how frail we are, how short-lived our attributes are, our accolades that we accomplish. So you learn not to put so much into things. You learn to kind of get to a point. And unfortunately, you'll get it after you've done it more than you will while you're in it. And doing that, when you can go back and look at yourself and you can say, I don't even know who that person is when you look in the mirror, because you don't even look the same. Just show you how everything is a fading flower with us. When you're in your height of doing, you don't see it. Like, you can look like this forever. All you gotta do is exercise. Man, time will come where exercise be the last thing you're thinking about. You want to just lay down somewhere and rest. You tired. You're like, forget it. I just want to get something to eat and go to bed. I mean, your desire for things to even change. Because you think about it. You're constantly living. Even when you sleep, your heart's beating, your lungs are taking the air. It's a lot operating while you're going that never rests, never stops about, man. Mind, sometimes people sleep, eyes closed, but mind is still turning. So you still not resting. You can wake up, your body still be beat. And while you out of consciousness, you still working. And because you got so much going, your body's not getting a complete rest. Who should come to offer us that? Complete rest. A complete rest. That's what we're trying to binge upon, the mental understanding of his Shabbats, his rest, his shalom, his wealth, the health, the prosperity, everything he's given us. And it all comes with a balance of how much Alahym we consume, how much of life we indulge ourselves with and what we do, and learning how to engage with people. Believe it or not, we're not a people that separate, that we don't still engage. Yasharal was separated. Yasharal had a wall around him. You ain't gonna believe it. There were Canaanites among them. Inside those barriers, no structures. There were other nations. He said he would not drive out. He said, I would not drive them out. When Dan them went in to try to drive them out of the hill country, he couldn't drive them out. He said, I left them now. Which means they had to learn how to do what? Shoot birds, tell them to F themselves. They had to learn how to coexist and still maintain a standard of living, although there were other people around them that were not believers of their Torah. Why is it we can't do that? Because people never taught us that. A lot of things we got it from the hate or hurt of people. Like not celebrating Father's Day, because that's the world stuff. But you got a father. If you bought your father something, where's the sin? Because in order for it to be a sin, it has to be a law. We know about Christmas. This is something they created based off of something that they believe, an ideology that plays with a pagan deity worship. We're talking about a father. We're talking about a mother. Is this something they made up, or did you really have a baby? You'll really be a mother, and you'll really be a father. Now, we don't have to run the same excess or ride that people might do. Well, that's up to every individual. But a lot of times, I'm just really starting to look at a lot of things we do and have done. Has it really been based off of practicality, or has it been based off of, I don't do it so it's wrong? And probably the first person who invented started telling everybody was wrong was probably somebody who couldn't have no kids. So Father Day and Mother Day is a sin. I don't think that makes sense. A lot of times people create things off of their hate. Like me, I hate mayonnaise. I create a law for mayonnaise. And there probably be a lot of there's a lot of folks gonna burn in the hell of that religion, and by the hell of that religion because I hate mayonnaise. So that wouldn't be practical for me to do it though, would it? Because there's some people that love mayonnaise. There's some people that get mayonnaise. I don't eat that mayonnaise. Why? I want to burn this shit. No, that'd be something that because of my dislike of. If I was you, I wouldn't try to find out if it's not. No. But what we want to try to look at is what's practical. And what's meet for salvation, what's appropriate for salvation versus what we get. And I think that's taking us sitting down and really looking at this and getting to the core of things, even with ourselves, where we're at, the type of people we are, what does it take to get us to truth? Truth is going to be the only deliverer of us from ourselves. There's a lot of people masked to create ways. We want to try to make sure we're inside the way that he done. There's nothing he gave us to create. It's already done. We're just walking in the fashion of. That's the difference. We're just walking in the fashion of. We don't have to create. We don't have to go and remake nothing. It's already been done. We just got to walk to the letter of so the manifestation will happen. Think about it. Did the arts create themselves?
No, sir.
He did it. And it's still working. So it's already set up and predicated off of something that he set. So why is it we don't have the confidence that if we walk according to the letter of his Torah, his the instruction and direction, then we won't see the benefits? So that's what I'm concerned about now. I'm working. I didn't know about the benefits. I think when you start looking at the benefits, it'll make you see why you don't want to try to pick up another occupation. Sometimes people pick up another occupation because they feel like the one that they're doing doesn't suffice. It's not satisfactory. It don't allow them to meet all their goals. But I assure you, if you follow this man you work for him, he'll allow you to meet every goal and get you above anything you could think of ask. And you won't believe it. You won't have to ask for something outside of the realm of. You don't have to ask for something that's out of being practical. Everything that he'll give you, it'll be more than practical. It'll be so much for you that you'll see it as I never would have thought of it this way, but it really works and it makes sense. Sometimes we look at more than I can think of. I'm trying to think of all the stuff I can ask for. Come out of the world of stupid. There are a lot of things you ask for, they won't benefit you. Because when you get things come with responsibility. I wanted a puppy, and I hate dogs to this day. And that dog wore me out and would not die, and he finally died and pissed me. I don't like him, not interested. I got Bryce a dog. That last week, the only one of my kids had a dog. He was so happy. I came home, that dog missing that cage. I took that dog in that cage and got rid of it. I said, son, you don't need a dog. I got him work. I'm tired. I'm not cleaning no poop out no cage. And we got rid of that dog. He had me, I'm getting it out. That's the next one you get to be stuffed. I said, and that stuff leak out of it? What happened? How many dogs did you have? I told him that when you get it stuffed, if something leak out of it, I'm getting rid of that one too. I said, I don't want nothing. I don't want to care for it. I learned growing. I don't do well with kin family. I don't want to be bothered. Goldfish. When my cousin fed them BB to him, I don't want them. I just seen that joker's stomach swole up. I saw them little round knots in his belly. And he couldn't get on that joke and lay down. I like, what's wrong with him? They're like, we feeding him BB. They just dropping them BB, that dumbbell just stuck in. That lad BB just stuck him to the bottom. I guess he couldn't breathe. I know he can holler, I've been shot. I've been shot like Uncle Rucker. He had about 4 or 5 BBs in it. He did good for a minute. I got that one BB must got him started. He went back for some more. And my cousin just kept them country bastards. I tell you, kill anything. They'll kill Al. Y'all laughing. I sleep in the bed with them bastards. You let that one have all this grit dirt hanging, no wind come through it. I sit in bed, I stayed up so many nights, man, I just sit on my knee and just lay in the one. And them jokers sleep, high country draw. I couldn't take it. I'm sitting here, man, this ain't working. I hear some tree like, I said, here it comes. I just lay there. You know, that thing come, it'll come that screen. It's like, not you, nigga. You just none of this. I'm like, I know I heard the L. You like, I know I heard. You heard. I said, here come one. I just landed in one. That thing just back off. I said, I was miserable in the country. I just get a pen. I start drawing on their underwear. So gotta be something to do. They wake up, they have a whole adventure on their draw. Man, I didn't know people. You know what I found about them country guys? I didn't know them guys were so serious about their draw down there. Well, I walk in that bathroom, go snap me up, man. I come on my fit that bathroom. I'm trying to figure what happened. They said, you join our draw. I'm like, huh? I was going about that. There was some kind of stuff. I ain't know y'all guys were so serious about underwear down here. Yeah, cock-a-doodle to you too. I was like, man, it was rough. I can make you do some strange things, man. It was rough now. That heat make you lose your mind. I'm telling you, the country ain't nothing like that country. I hate it with all my heart. I see country, and I see a heat come on the ground and do like this. I'm not going. The country scared me. I don't want to go to hell. Cause it can't be. If it's hotter than it was in that room when them country quilts sold up, I don't want to go. But the only part I know keep them country. You know them plaid quilt. You ever seen them things? Them home man, they sold them things summer, winter, spring, fall. They hang it out on the line one time a year. Anytime you got something, you got to hang on the line and beat it with a stick. I don't want to land on me. That means something living in it. I'm not hanging no clothes up, beating them too. Just put them something wrong with them clothes. Man, you start beating them clothes and put them on that thing, you start knotting up. I don't wear beat up clothes. I don't want to put on no beat up clothes. But now that's me. Now everybody different. So the moral of the story, and that we sat down and look at the importance of why we're doing what we're doing. Where were we at, or where are we at? The reason that we are taking this journey on seeking salvation, and do we understand that it comes with a cost? It comes with a cost, and it's a high cost. It's a high cost, and you really need to consider that because it's not for everybody. Just like sometimes you might see a person with a Rolls Royce, man, I don't want that car, man, it's stupid. Man, pay all that money for an oil change, all that money for a doing car ain't worth it. But the person got it, to them, it's more than worth it. Because they look at the enjoyment they get from it, they look at it's really nothing to them, and they feel it's more than affordable. They feel like for the quality of the car and what the car does for them, it makes logical sense. It much sense it makes for you to go get a gas saver, to go get a little cruncher. To them, that car makes all the sense in the world. So again, it comes down to how you value things, how valuable you are. Because a lot of times you don't do certain things, you feel like you might not be worth it. Somebody said, I'm more than worth it. If it's something that costs a lot, I get it for me because I feel like I'm worth that to myself. But let's sit down and be practical when it comes down to salvation. There are a lot of people that value themselves when it comes to houses, clothes, shoes, cars, whatever it might be, or other things. But how do you value yourself for salvation? This is the biggest, most expensive feat you'll ever take on. Because it won't just cost you monetarily, it'll cost you things. It'll cost you parts of yourself. That's a lot you got to look at, and you really got to weigh when you're trying to look at salvation. And a lot of people won't weigh it. But then you weigh the end of death. That everybody got to meet, whether they accept it or not. Everybody got to die. Some people say, I'm just going to run and have so much fun. I ain't going to have time to worry about dying. It's coming. Make no mistake. It is something that periodically, it'll reminisce through your mind. You're going to leave. Your time around the corner. Ain't come any day. How many times did death circle all of us in a day? How many times? That's the problem with it. You don't know how many times death is constantly calling for you.
Right.
You know how death get us? Because of sin. We committed sin.
Yeah.
Death always waiting for us. You got to go back to the dust because that's what he told Adam. He said, because when the day you do it, you dust. And you're going straight back to it. So the Auryah is waiting on it. The Auryah is waiting on her baby to come back to her.
Yeah.
She's waiting on you to come back to the ground. We're trying to bypass it. We're trying to learn how to transform or be translated over into. You know what I'm saying? We want you to translate just like you take an English word or a word of another language and you translate in a language where it can be understood. That's what we're looking to do now. You ain't gonna believe it. We've been misunderstood. We've said some things in our living and it was taken the wrong way. And now the Ruach HaKodesh comes down and translates for us to say, that's not what they meant to say. I used to say when I die, I said, I don't know where I was going. I used to tell people that. I said, hell didn't want me. I said, heaven didn't want me. Hell was too scared I was going to take over. That's a nice saying till you meet death. You can say that when you living. When you ain't came close to death, it's a lot of stupid stuff that come out your mouth. You ever heard that saying before, Uncle Ted? So I said, I wasn't the first one said it, wasn't it? And you ain't going to believe it. Everybody's scared. You just tell yourself something to convince yourself. So it's saying that is that what we don't want to do is to create those same type of people again, who's just saying something and it's not actually what you mean. It's not actually what you're trying to do. So we want to embrace salvation with understanding, but you need to have a need for it. Hello? You know who don't need a vacuum cleaner? A person with hardwood flow. You waste time trying to sell them a vacuum cleaner. See, I'm trying to sell you salvation, and it might not even fit you. It might be something, you think about it. How long you gonna talk to me you got all hardwood flow and I'm telling you about the vacuum cleaner, what the vacuum cleaner do? How to vacuum and how to suck up through the carpet. How long you want to indulge in that conversation? Very little. You start telling partner, don't say another word. I don't even want one. I couldn't use it if you gave it to me for free. And that's how a lot of us live when it comes to salvation. You couldn't use it if he gave it to you for free. And I'm trying to sell it to you. Hello? Right. I couldn't give it to you for free. I sell it to you. And your writing told you to buy it. And when you get it from me, you don't go try to flip it. Hey, Ray, you want to try to get it? I just bought it. I paid $100. Give me $150, I give it to you. He told me you buy it, don't sell it. Hello?
That's right.
You ain't gonna believe when they got Yahuchanan. Y'all see them put him on the auction block? You don't know why, do you? Because the book told them to buy it and sell it not. That's why they didn't. I'd be a fool to try to do it. I'd be a fool to sell it when I get it. It's something you want to really embrace, but you want to embrace it and understand it. We're going to look at this right quick and let you. I seen them out. A lot of y'all really tired. I know they wore y'all out. I know it's what they call Friday night. We human. We human. It happens. I used to, how you come to sleep? How you human? Because you're human. And those people fell asleep. Them folk were right with Yahuchanan and they fell asleep. So I can't ask for no more than that. Ain't that right? I know they had to feel bad about that. That man walking, man, I've been so scared, man. I said, give me that knife. Think about it. You want Yahuchanan walk out, he tell you, you couldn't stay away. You already know they're going to. I know I'm done. When you come back and ask me what I could, that means I'm finna die. Man, I've been pissed. He be like, one of y'all niggas done messed on y'allself. I've been pointing at one of them other. It be me. You're like, man, that's what you do. You human. You know, we try to get out of stuff, man. That's human. Y'all stop it. Sometimes we do. People forget what y'all. I'm not saying that as an excuse to make up for nothing, but I'm telling you, when you know where you at, now you fight to try to make sure you don't get caught up in the stigmatism of it, that you get in the part where you label it as a committing kata. 18, please. See if that 18. Let's see what that say. Since he called, let's see what he called and said. I just want to make sure we get it right. So that's something, especially like young people. Y'all don't realize how important this is. If y'all get to understand this while you're young, you save yourself a whole lot of hurts. Right. When you get out here in life, man, you don't know if you're going to be the guy that get shot, flipped over in a car, lose an arm or leg. It happen all the time. We all know people. Like, have we known people we went to school or grow with, and you see them there, you thinking. And once you see them in that state, it's hard to remember before that incident happened. It's almost like you've been like that all your life. And this the thing about it, though. He deals these hands to people. Yeah. He take the cards and shuffle them in a sense. And you just sit here. I know, man, sometimes you playing, you know, how many of y'all you wait on the car? What you waiting on, I'm dealing? What you hoping? Sometimes you only look at your car. You only look. He said, boy, think about what you be saying. Well, I hope I got no joke on. Man, if I got no tool. Oh, boy, let me be. And you pick that these. You trying to look at your face like you pissed. Or your face show when you got it. It's hard, you be grinning. You need somebody to look. I ain't gonna show that. They say, oh, shoot, that joke got everything. Because your anticipation, your whole expectation is, man, let me have a good hand. But listen, the cards deal the way they come out. They do. And you know what? You want to be a mistake, a misdeal. You say, I don't see, so I pick, I be looking. I was saying, misdeal. I won't got this thing back. It ain't looking good. You start seeing all them low cards too. From 3 of club, 5 of hearts, 7 of the, you say, oh my goodness, misdeal. It ain't getting no better. They just study coming. Jack, you like, man, I can't win them with no. I need some aces or something. Get me out of it. I ain't got no spade. But then you know what? You have to learn how to sit down and play with your hand. That's the thing about it. And you know what's the amazing thing about it though? You always have a partner. Sometimes your hand, you be looking, you thinking, we done. And your partner say, what you got? You saying, you're like, huh? Your partner, what is it? You got a possum? A possum? What you trying to do? But think about this. Just like how spades teach us in life, for those y'all that know how to play, understand it. You ain't by yourself.
That's right.
It's not an individual game. This life we play, it's not an individual game to that end. You got a partner.
That's right. That's right.
Before you count out, find out what your partner got.
That's right.
Y'all got what I'm saying? But think about it. Sometimes, how many of y'all done looked at your hand and felt like, and your partner want to hand in hand at least keep y'all, because the biggest thing you hope for, don't want to get set. You hate it. These guys, if we can just stop, don't let them get a 10. That's all we got. Please don't do a 10. You do a 10, you think, I should have did something with them cards. But but in life, you learn how to do sometimes you think it's over and you might come back. And so when I say that, just talking about spade, people know, just showing you just in a game how things can turn and change. Somebody could be on their way out, a 4, and you look around, you say, we going for it. They think going for it. Y'all might, they trying to talk you out of it. Yeah, y'all don't want to try to go there 10. Y'all might, no. And it work out, you get it. And you pull them back. So it just show you, just when you think it could be over, sometimes it could be working, turning right back in your favor. And that's just on a simple card game plan. How we can't, and you look at how fate deals itself there, why we don't believe that Alahym deals something better for us when it comes down to our life. But we so quick to give up because we look like it's over with anyway, ain't no use of playing. You know what can happen, and people do this sometimes. I can't stop it, forget it. Let's play it. You might slip up and renege. It doesn't happen before because sometimes we just say, well, don't even worry about it. And you want to be careful about that. We know that's just a card game. That don't count on your salvation. But how things have worked and played. You know, before you give up on this end, wait to see how the end work out. It's still time for things to reverse and turn around and come back to your favor. But a lot of times we just so quick with, this pretty much been my life. It don't never work out. It don't ever turn around. That's hard to believe when you still living. Because you want to find out somebody who I would count unlucky and we were going by looking, somebody dead. Mm-hmm. That's when they call it over. That's when your luck done ran out. Ain't nothing you can do. Even a person in jail like Seneca strike up on some kind of suspended sentence or pull back something can change. Anybody living, something can reverse for them. But if you're dead, that's it. But a lot of time we living and we count things out like we dead, like things can't reverse, like things can't repair themselves, like things can't change, like things can't turn around.
That's right.
All right, come on, let's see where they're going. 18 and 8, listen. Uh-oh.
You
listen.
shall not marry an Asha in addition to her Akul.
So in addition. Not why you got a sister. Who we saw that with? Who had it here from? Come on, what you got in?
Oh,
You're cold. Who we married?
they Leah.
Yeah, well, that's right. Leah and Ricardo. Who didn't know that? Oh, now everybody knew that, so that's tight right now. Why don't y'all come just get this right here? You know all about good time too, don't you? No, that's right. So he told you, let's see why. You shall not marry a woman in addition to her sister. Let's see why.
To distress her.
Uh-oh. Listen why. To distress
uncover her nakedness.
To uncover her nakedness.
To her in her Kai.
See that? Not while sister living. He said put in distress. What you think she's going to have going on? So what are you concerned about him? He's concerned about the spirit. The flesh. That's all flesh. What he said, going to cause her to burn in Sheol?
No.
No, it wasn't about you burning Sheol. He said you don't do that. He said they're gonna put a lot of pressure on her. You marry her and her sister. Is there gonna be a lot? So what are you concerned about? So see, this is something we had to learn that people didn't look at. We just read, just looking. The fact that he cared about something like that.
That's right. That's
It
right.
had to do nothing with sin.
That's right.
It becomes sin now. I'm concerned about that put a lot on her. He said, I saw the situation what happened with Recall and Leah. Leah looked at this, and her sister was stressed out by her. She couldn't have kids, but her sister could have kids.
Mhm.
Leah had to be distressed because he loved Recall more than he loved her.
That's right.
So you just causing a lot of problems. And see, and you know what? As simple as it might sound, this is something somebody said, really, if the Lord man can have two wives, he can marry them. Man, I don't really care. That's her. Get over it. But you know, he loved that. No, don't get over it. Just don't do that.
That's right.
And I told you why. I don't want to see that on her.
That's
So you look at when he said, come to me, all that burden and whatever.
Heavy laden.
Somebody might have been struggling with something else. Somebody was struggling with, my husband married my sister. And that caused me a lot of problems. He said, well, I can't take the yoke off you.
Yeah.
Because I was concerned about you. See what I'm saying? People just, we know, of course, the Ruach part of us. But when he made us, we were flesh too. So I'm concerned about the whole thing. That's what he's saying. I'm concerned about the whole thing. The whole man. That was the whole person come. I came to deliver the whole man. I came to deliver your nefesh from Sheol. I came to deliver your flesh. When they were sitting in Mizraim, when he looked at saving them, did those people leave there and go to Shamayim?
No.
Did what people tell them to go to heaven? Those people were right here. But he told them, I heard your what?
Right.
Man, you were stressed out. I get on y'all when people clean up. I said, why you want to leave that on somebody? Because I be concerned about other people crying, other people stress. You were thinking, you should not do that because there'd be adultery and adultery. He didn't go there. He said, this, it's not even about that. It's about the fact that's going to put a lot of wear and tear. That's going to hurt her. I'm concerned about you. Now, people say, man, I don't care about your feelings. Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. He said, I don't want you to see me or view me like that. I'm concerned. If it affects you, he said, it affect me.
Mm-hmm.
If it hurt you, it hurt me. Hello? We think about this. When these people were dealing, they dealt with the man Musha. The closer they could get an understanding about Alahym, of course, they knew about the verb, his action, his work. They had to view Musha as Alahym. Just so they could see the human part. They had to see Musha. He told Musha, he said, I made you Alahym. He said, I made your Abba, your brother, I'm sorry, your Ak, your brother. He said, I made him your Nabal. He said, the relationship that you and I have, I'm Alahym, you the Nabal. You're going to be Alahym to them, and your brother going to be the Nabal. So the human part can have something they can set and reason with. Come on, man, I can't reason with no Ruach. What minute Ruach going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? I'm a man, tired. What are you going to say? Tired. The Spirit going to say, man, I'm wore out till my feet hurt. The Spirit going to talk to me about that. The Spirit going to talk about they kick their foot on the end of a bed. Couldn't even rationalize. I'll be honest with you. You talking what they would call Swahili. I have no idea what you're talking about. What the Spirit talking about? My stomach hurt. I don't know what you're talking about. It was important for you and I to know about a man and know that him as a Ruach was concerned about the human part of you that he could relate with. He said, listen, I'm Ruach, but make no mistakes. I understand. That's a lot to put on a person. Come on. Let's see.
Also, you shall not
In
approach
conjunction with. Also, you should not approach a woman.
to uncover her nakedness during her menstrual impurity.
See that? And her impurity. So she's trying, her body's excreting something. He said, you don't need to come and approach her to uncover her during that time. So we've been doing it, then make sure we stop it. He said, during that time, he said, you're not supposed to uncover her. A lot of people be surprised, don't know this. People don't think. I'm just preaching law. He said, don't even approach to uncover.
That's right.
Not during that time. She's on her impurity. He said, don't cover her during that time. Are we all good? Akeem? All right, come on.
You shall not give your seed of copulation to lie carnally with your Reyas Ashah to be defiled with her.
Y'all call it a nut. He said, don't do it. Don't put semen inside of this woman, your neighbor's wife. Don't do it. And then he said that will defile her because she already has a bereaved. She has a covenant. He said you're not supposed to do that. At that point, you put her in violation. So he told you you're not supposed to do that to your rail because that's your companion. And the reason why that be your companion, because we're on the same walk of life. My
That's right.
halak. This is
That's
your
right.
journey. So this is how you look at rail. All a rail is a companion.
That's right.
A companion is somebody y'all in agreement, y'all going the same way. So we're living for the same expectation, for the same goals. We're being taught the same ideas. So I wouldn't want to afflict you and do that. And that puts her in a violation. At that point, he says she's defiled. Okay? Okay, to tell you how that works, so you understand it. You were also told you weren't supposed to sow that ground with different seeds.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He said you're not supposed to put different seeds in the ground.
That's right.
So now if your Ray, your companion, has already put seed in his wife, that wouldn't make sense for you to do that. I taught you that when it came to the Alaph.
That's right.
When they sowed their ground, they were only using one seed.
Yes, sir.
They weren't popping around there throwing some pumpernickel seed and throwing some Jack Robinson seed and some peanuts in the ground. He said, you can't do that. Them
That's
different
right.
seeds. So everything that he got them to understand, they understood. He told them the ground defiled. He said, at that point, the ground defiled. You put too many differences in it. At that point, it won't work. You gender, don't do it. So he said, now when you go and do this to the woman, that you've gone and put the seed of copulation inside of her, and that's somebody else's wife, and she's already been getting seed, at this point, you have defiled her.
Yes, sir.
See, everything he telling makes sense.
Yes, sir.
For the record, I'm reading this with y'all. All right, listen.
You should not give any of your offspring to offer them to Molech, nor shall you profane the Shem of your all. I am Yahuwah.
You hear what he told you? So Molech is the owl. Most of y'all don't, how many of y'all don't know what Molech is? Molech, it's an owl. Can you show them the picture of Molech? They still had this owl in California and in Washington State. Every year they go and they burn it. See that thing, huh? They show you a different one. They're Molech. So they got a different one. Elder and what you call, you see that they make it look like this looks similar to what we have in an Alaph. You say put the horns on, see everybody follow and try to do things. Look at the wing. This gonna look almost like it look like Creature from the Black Lagoon. Then you kind of see it look like a lion head to it. You see somebody handing a child over to it. I don't know if y'all can see the picture. They're handing over a child. They would take it in, what you call it, they have it now. California, they have an owl that they build this up. How many of y'all seen the movie Wicker Man? Wicker Man. If y'all hadn't seen it, I want y'all to watch it. They really got one with Nicolas Cage. I want you to watch Wicker Man. And you'll see the kids were missing. They were taking the kids, they would put them in the owl and they'll burn them. That's how they would offer them up to Molech. These are Babylonian gods. These people still doing it.
Yes, sir.
See, little do y'all know. Y'all don't know across America, these kids are being missed. These kids are coming missing.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing. Listen, the news is not telling y'all kids, they snatched out, what, I think they said 30,000 have been missing. It's numbers are, listen, astronomical number. Y'all, listen, y'all coming up missing. That's not down because these people got offered, guess what? You know what they're looking at? They were told they weren't supposed to offer who? So if I take dairy, that's mine. That's how they cover themselves. They don't take their own. They're going to take it from you. That's how they would do it. And they would pass their way. They would put them in there. They would burn them up. So a lot of this stuff that people doing, y'all don't realize these people still doing it. When these people tell you about it, that was in biblical time, it's retarded because they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Molech, they still have the hour every year. Your Hollywood celebrities go here to see this
Yes,
thing.
sir.
They go to see that owl when these people burn this owl and they sacrifice to it. So a lot of people, they thinking this something they did back then. They still doing. Look at them. You said they got a singing holding the baby? That's what they do. They'll draw stuff and they'll make it look like Baphomet. They just draw stuff. They want to look stupid to you, but they actually use an owl now.
Mm-hmm.
They build it out of sticks, so they put them in it, it'll burn.
Yep.
That's how they build it out of wood. They don't build it out of stone. Stone won't burn like that. When you make it wood and you put them inside of it, it'll burn quicker. And they learned that even when they took Yahuchanan. What they put on his back? Stone? They put the wood on it. They took the wood. That's what we were doing. We make a sacrifice. We had to use wood too. We're going to burn it. These other nations did the same thing. They started building idols. They built idols and they were burned to them. They were sacrificed to them. That's amazing. They got it from us. We sabak too. He even told you to sabak yourself, but he told you to do it living. Because typically when a sacrifice was given, it was something that would be dead. So he had to come in and reiterate, I beseech you, therefore, our king, that you present your bodies a living.
It's about
Kudash. That's right. He went ahead to put living because automatically to tell you living because we would already know you were supposed to kill it if it was going to be a sacrifice. When he told Abraham to bring him Yasakak and make him a Zabak, what would he bring him up to do?
Kill him.
Living? To kill him. So how do we know about Zabak? Any offering to an Alahym would be dead. That was a symbolism. So now Molech and the rest of the idol gods, they played you. They know you already know. They tell you, do your God, do your kids. Come on. We come back to what we had. Come on.
You shall not lie with a male as one lies with a female. It is an abomination.
An abomination is something that's utterly detestable. It's utterly detestable. That's above. When something's an abomination, that means it's utterly detestable. He can't take it. He can't stand it one bit. 2 men or 2 women, he can't stand it. They had a violation. All of them were kata, but there were certain things he said I rate higher than others. All of it lead to death, but this, he didn't tell you everyone they did was abomination. This wasn't abomination, because certain things man was prone to do. Man was going to be prone to do. This, he said, this detestable. This is just downright disgusting. And you kids, y'all young people need to know that. I know y'all go to school and they want you to have tolerance for others. And you, whatever people want to do, that's them. You let them know, don't bring it to me.
That's right.
That's how I let them know, don't bring it to me.
That's right.
We ain't had a conversation, whatever hate they got, don't bring it to me. Best way to keep it, if you're homosexual, you keep it right over there in your drawers, in your dress, and still there. Don't come to me and have a conversation whatsoever. And so when you be friends with them, I'm telling you right now, if you be friends with them, they're going to try you. It's impossible. They got to. What sense would it make that a homosexual has limitation and limits? Homo in itself just told me you have no lines. All your lines been erased. You're going to cross them. There's no such thing as a homosexual with restrictions. Now, you can lie to yourself if you want to. They don't have them. They're only measuring you up because they're going to try you. I know. Don't believe it. I've been a teenager. You think they're different. They're not different. They're the same. They just want to catch you slipping.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
That's right.
All right, I'm trying. They ain't gonna learn from me because you don't met a new sis, and the new sis is different. Ain't no such thing. All sis are the same. They all the same old sis.
That's right. That's right.
Don't fool yourself. The best way to cut it off, we don't do it.
That's right.
So you speak and keep going. Let me ask you something. I'd rather you didn't.
That's right.
Cause I know you're gonna okay. I'm telling you, they'll cross the line.
Yes, sir.
Listen, you can't stay with a simple assignment. What are you gonna say? I couldn't try you. That'll be wrong. I might go to hell if I try you. Why would a sister think like that? That makes no sense. Don't you know that a homosexual don't even believe in Alahym?
That's right.
I know. I'm sorry. They know one that believe. Don't think I don't know their mind. I know this sister say that believe. I know. There's plenty of them. It's retarded.
Yeah.
How do you believe in him when you say he made a mistake?
Right.
He ain't smart enough. You listen, gave you opinions you supposed to have a vagina, and you believe in him. That makes sense. I can see that falling down work, couldn't you? You sit here, what? A pickle? I'm supposed to have a mind. But I believe in that service. Yeah, sure you do. That's why you paid $24,000 for some fake tits, because you believe in it, because he couldn't give you none for free. He makes you go spend $24,000 to buy you some tits.
Mm-hmm.
That's retarded. For a person to even try to recite that, let me tell you, please tell me that I'm going to run you out the property. I know you're too dumb. You're too dumb. You're too dumb to be breathing air. There's no such thing. That makes no sense. How you going to tell me you believe in the man? You couldn't believe in him. You don't believe the man gave you an assignment, it ain't right. As a homosexual, could you really trust anything else he said? You folk been gone. So hey, you been hanging out for a while. That's a good nap, though. Mike right there behind you. What's a bunch of they been gone for a minute, though. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Check a barely.
They'll be listen. You know what I'm waiting on? Let one of them wake up, come and tell me, yeah, man, I something come to mind. I know this same sister. I'm gonna lick my hand. Oh, they're gonna get a wet one. They gonna listen. They don't think it came out of pack. I'm like, what you know? I'm like, each finger, get a lip. No, that's the only way they're gonna understand it as a man. Getting slapped from a man. All right, come on. I'm gonna try to finish out love here. Come on. Also,
Where am I at?
that's tight. You get another check later on.
Also,
Yeah, also another check. Go ahead.
you should not give your seed of copulation with any animal for uncleanness with it.
See
Nor
that?
shall any asha stand before any animal to copulate, for it is a perversion.
See that? That done animal confused.
That's right.
You might can do it doggy style, but leave the dog alone. All right, doggy style, don't justify the dog. Cats, frogs, ants, I don't know what you built with. Don't do it.
That's right.
They're not doing. The man told the man perversion.
That's right.
Sick. You know what? Amazing. Everything he told us, people do.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, they would have tape where you get them women having sex with horses, dogs, and what? It's like all these people. What's in your mind?
That's right.
I'm trying. Can't do dumb, stupid stuff. I ain't never done, but I done dumb, stupid stuff. I ain't gonna say it. We all got stuff we done with. Shay. It's stuff we can say we ain't done. It's stuff we done though.
Mhm.
But you talking adult, you got prostitute, crackhead.
Yeah.
What is this fascination with an animal? Oh, so you put to mind. I mean, you shouldn't be defending it.
That's right.
You shouldn't.
That's right.
You're an adult. You're an adult.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
I don't get the kids say, these crackhead, these folks for free. And what in the world you got to mess with kids and animals for?
That's right.
All right, come on. What do you tell about that?
Yes, sir.
That's it's perverted. You just sick.
That's right.
Come on.
Do not defile yourself.
Not you, Aku Hayward. That with the chimp is different. There's something that's different. Y'all seen Tarzan with, hold on, Cheetah didn't look real on them. When he had, hold on, when Tarzan had Cheetah, didn't that look normal? That's all I'm saying. Come on.
Do not defile yourselves by any of these things.
You see that? That's why you don't want to mess with them dogs. I try to see y'all catch it. He said, now folks are starting going, yeah, man, that's why I hate them sisters. People pick what they want to hear.
Yeah.
He said, don't do your neighbors,
That's right.
Rayar.
That's right.
So now folks, when you read, you pick what you don't like.
Mhm.
See, I know the Bible, he hate them sisters. You ain't gonna believe it. I hate everybody do wrong.
Yes, sir. That's
So
right.
he said, don't defile your, so any of these get you defiled.
Right.
You ain't never been with no man. You ain't never been with no dog with your neighbor wife. See, that's why we got to make sure see, this is where you try to make sure you look at the whole letter.
That's right.
In them, he said, all of them will defile you. I know how we look at it, them homosexual. Them sickos. So what is a man or a woman who ain't homosexual that go against what they know to do right? That's an assignment too.
That's right.
I gave you an assignment, told you not, I'm not being honest because this is my own word. You can't stay with a simple assignment. So what about assignment when I gave you 10? I gave you 10 things not to do and you can't do them. And you got this sister who done did one, all of a sudden this sister worse than everybody. I don't want to talk about that, huh? Hold you got Auryah 13-3. I just want to be fair now. Let's not go now and make it look like one worse than the other now.
That's right.
I'm with you now. It's disgusting, but that's still they people. If you living, you still got a chance to turn around. Now, I've been guilty of. You just going to kill everything and throw it out. Throw the baby in the bathwater out. Let's just be practical. All of us done practice some stuff before, and I like to, and we turn around.
True.
Why, one will see what he do with them. Before we put everybody in Sheol and mess around and get it going and throwing, you throw something and the momentum throw you in there with the last one. We so busy throwing and throwing, get the last one to throw, and our foot slipped, and we going that way. They said, we were wondering when you gonna get down here. Like, just make sure our foot don't slip and we falling over the last one of them. Okay?
Yes, sir.
13-3, listen.
No, I say, you said Auryah?
Yeah, Auryah 13-3. What do you put up there? Oh, you put your Yaquara? Oh.
No, I say to you, if you do not repent, all
Make
of
it
you,
13-1. I'm sorry, 13-1. Listen.
at that time, Alahym came and told him the news of the Galileans whose dumb Helotes had mixed with their Zabak.
Several president at that time, someone came and told him about how Pelotus, what they call Pilate, had taken the dung of the people and mixed it with the zabak, the sacrifice. This is something that we weren't supposed to do. They took the blood, he took the blood from some people and he mixed it with the sacrifice that they were offering. And what happened?
Yahushua answered and said to them, are you saying that these Galileans were worse Kataim than all Galilean Anashim because they suffered like this matter?
You hear what he's saying? He said, so you trying to tell me that the Galileans, that they were the worst people because they allowed that to happen? What are you saying?
No, I say to you,
He said, no, I'll tell you this. What you gonna tell him?
if you do not repent,
What's gonna happen?
all of you shall perish as well.
You hear that? So you see how he told you how the Galileans were justified?
Mm-mm.
Well, how you know they weren't justified? He just proved it. He told them that nobody just condemned you.
Mm-mm.
What did he say? He told them that those Galileans were gonna die for what they did. He said, and you was too if you don't repent. He didn't justify them at all. He just let you know that if you don't repent, all of y'all gonna perish. That's how he just told them. Just how you saw them, and they need to see them people in that state. They knew that was an unforgivable sin. That you take some of sacrifice you offer and you take the blood of something else and mix it on them, unforgivable. He said, yeah. He said, you think they're the worst people to commit qatar because they allowed that to happen? He said, except you repent, all of y'all gonna perish.
Sir.
So he wanted them to see what they had been, what you doing is equivalent to what they've been doing.
Right.
See, we've been talking about these homosexuals and the other people. Except you repent, you all likewise gonna perish. See, sometimes you be so quick, mosh pot and judgment, and you ain't start looking at, you still got to be shafted, judged.
Yes, sir.
Don't mess around and the judge wind up being condemned. That's it for all of us. See, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start approaching things a little different. Let everything play its course out and just make sure we maintain and stay. We've been put in a light to where it looks like all they do is kill people, run people down there. Where people got it from, we don't. We have made statements and we've done things, but what I'm concerned about is the nefesh of all of us. And our nefesh being corrected and being with him is more important than a fight with somebody else about playing word games or anything else. People want to create their own words. Y'all watch, if you good with that, go ahead. I'm gonna stay with what it's written. I don't have time to create no words. I ain't trying to make and mingle up nothing. A lot of times people do that. They put something against, well, he all this. So if we put them all together, you say them, and it's gonna be incorrect. Because that's not what he said. And we just stick with what he had. See, he don't need to make up no extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? He just don't need it. I told you who I was. I proclaimed that. Let that be enough.
That's it. That's it.
But see, you bigger than that. I assure you, I know what I told you. That's how big I am. When I told you I'm the existing one, that big as they get.
That's it.
If I tell you I'm the existing
One.
ain't another living. That's it. I ain't got time to argue with nobody else. Ain't but one living. Ain't that right? And he said, I'm one of those that know I'm the existing one. I'm it. I ever live it. Nobody else can say they do that. I'm good. He is the all-powerful. Ain't that right? That's it. He's a beer. He's strong.
Right.
That's what we knew about the olive. The olive's strong. You know what you said when boy be picking up stuff, doing stuff? That boy strong as an olive. They will never say he was stronger than they were compared. So how do they view an ox? That ox be plowing. Yahuwah said, that's me. That's right. That's it. So it would be good. He told you, like Yahushua was saying, it enough if a bard be as his Adon.
That's right.
That a servant be as his man. That's why they say that boy strong as an ox. They would never say he was stronger than an ox. That wouldn't make sense.
That's right.
No more they say you were smart than Alahym or you were great than Alahym. He said be much a servant be as. When he made man, he said, and let him make it after our like. And he said make him better than us. Don't make sense. It'd be a much than a boy be as is a dime. Y'all got it? So you got to have practicality when you're doing stuff. Stop trying to think. What are you folks saying? I don't know why these folks in these boxes in there thinking all outside of boxes and everywhere. Just stay with inside the parameters he gave us. I assure you, that's more than enough. Come on, finish this up. Okay, verse 4.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Or those 18 on whom the tower fell in Shalah and killed them. Are you saying that they were more guilty than all the Anashim who came in Jerusalem?
The kind of rooster. What is that? Jerusalem. I thought that man said down a rooster. You got that Alabama fat tongue. I thought that man said down a rooster. I thought that said down a rooster. That was a hold for a minute. I don't know anything about no rooster. Jerusalem.
Yes, sir.
That's that Alabama tongue. Man.
No, for I say to you, if you do not repent, all of you shall perish as well.
That's what we want to remember. If we don't repent, all of us are going to perish. All right? Come on, send this Yaquara. They call Leviticus 18. What verse is about 26?
I think 24.
You think 24? 23. You read.
Yeah, 24.
24?
Yes, sir.
All right, 24. 18, 24 Yaquara. They call it Leviticus. Come on.
Do not defile yourselves by any of these things. For by all these, the goyim which I am casting out before you have become defiled.
So what did these people did? You ain't gonna believe it. They was able to learn about what was before them.
Yeah.
You know how you learn about what was written 4 times?
That's right.
What was written for them? What was it? Flower what?
Lamed.
So when he wrote this and gave it them, what was this written for?
For that Lamed.
Because he telling about people that were there before them.
Yes, sir.
So guess what they start learning? So if I do the same thing, I'm gonna be cast out.
That's right.
See that? He let them know. He said, all these things, you ain't gonna believe it. You try to look and say, I wonder what happened, how they lost that house. Guess what they were doing? They were sleeping with animals. They were vexing their sister, their wife's sister. They were doing all these things. They were undressing themselves in front of animal, all the stuff that and it was other thing he put in there. He said, all this what they did, and I put them out. So you know what? It was a given they should have known they were living in Jerusalem. First time they done it. And they should have known it by experience.
It's true.
And the sad part was, you ain't the first. I just told you what happened to the people here before.
Right.
I told you, hey, Cam, the people you finna come get in house, well, Cam, make sure you pay it on the 5th. Because if you don't, by the 6th, it's late. After that, by the 15th, you don't get paperwork coming from the courthouse. By the end of the month, you be in court. First of the month, you'll be kicked out. Now, the people here before you, I put them out. Cam come in, he want to pay me on the 36th. They want to know what's the problem. I told Cam, that's why I put the people out before. How you think either people died, something happened, they moved out of the house. The people came here before you, I put them out for that. So for Cam to come here and pay me on the 36th of the month, and I put him out, he want to know why I'm tripping. Come on, Cam, I told you this. On the 5th is late.
That's right.
After the 5th, 6th is late. By the 15th, you got court papers. By the end of the month, we in court. First of the month, I'm getting you out of here.
Yes, sir.
Now, every person been here before you, I kept the same pattern. So when Cam get here, why he run out here talking about I'm old dirty nigga? All I'm worried about is the money. These people had no excuse. Think about that, how we looked at it. We saying that these people were forerunners for us. Am I correct?
Correct.
That's why we read 50, they forerunner. What were the people that were there before them?
Forerunners.
I just told you what they done. I gave them the same chance I gave you. I'm telling them everything that happened before. What happened to the people here before you? All these things they did, and I put them out. So when you do these things, don't sit here and look stupid and start praying, talking about what's going on like Marvin Gaye. What's going on? Come on, finish up. People don't like stuff like this.
That's right.
It's too much logical thinking.
That's right.
Come on.
And the Auryah has become defiled,
See that? Rocks have become defiled. Listen what happened.
and I visit its iniquity upon it.
See that? And I visited on it. Mhm.
So the Auryah has spewed out its inhabitants.
Basically, you want to look at vomit.
Yes, sir.
Spit, vomit. The rocks throw it up. Think about this. Where your stomach throw stuff up from? From the outside?
Inside.
Y'all don't know why it floods. That's how the rocks vomits.
Mm.
And all these people sit around trying to wonder why they flood, why they hurricane, what's going on? Stupid people, El Nino, El Nietzsche, all these folks. Nothing to do with the man just told. And then how stupid we are. We sit around here blaming some storm system. He just told you what happened to the rock. You ain't gonna believe what people doing there. I'm just saying, I'm looking at Justin. People sleeping with their sisters. Homosexual.
Yeah.
All that, and get what he told. He said, because of all this stuff now, see, now all this stuff, he told you the land defiled.
That's right.
See, your behavior, this is how you coexist with nature.
That's right.
All these stupid, dumb, retarded world leader me trying to figure out how to go to try to go stop using fossil fuel. Quit lying. You know you ain't seen no dinosaur. I ain't never seen many dumb people in my life. Do you understand how big a dinosaur is? These niggas can't kill no dinosaur. They've been killing elephants, every single elephant still here.
Yeah.
This is the largest land mammal these folks got.
Yeah.
You done extinct an animal way bigger than that. Why they ain't gone?
Right.
Because they liars. Why they can't kill all the roaches? Oh, lying folk. Ain't nothing killing roaches. I had a car down, I got out, we were blowing that thing. That thing got roaches. When roach came in, I sprayed that thing to open my mouth. He had me with that blood spray. I said, what? What a roach, you ever seen a roach over his mouth, you see out the bottom of his tail? That stuff don't work no more. Roaches, listen, tell white folks this thing, roaches, tell them they dinosaurs. Don't believe these people, man. These folks tell lies. Oh, man, have a motor, all these folks gonna pull up. The earth be too heavy. Do you understand how long these folks been recycling oil? One country can do 30-some thousand barrels a day.
That's right.
That's one little portion of people. And you tell me, you know how many dinosaur that is? Man, stop letting these lying. These barrels.
Yeah.
Man, stop it. Just stop it. I ain't never seen folks so dumb in my life. I don't care what they dig up, what they find. How many Chile scraping, just sweeping off them rocks. I don't believe them lying folks. I don't believe none of them lying folks say they lie too much.
Yes, sir.
Somebody have a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
These dumb folks still looking for they over in Scotland now. The lake over there dropping down. Guess what they went? They went on to keep dropping. They were trying to see the Loch Ness monster stick his head up. I ain't never seen so many dumb folks in my life.
Yeah.
When y'all know white folks leave something alone?
Never.
They know something they going for.
Yep.
You know white folks, you say went fighting predator. White folks don't stop.
Mm-mm.
You think they know it's a monster in that water, they ain't going to get it.
They gonna get it.
I don't believe nothing they say. They gonna let that monster gonna be keep living all that time. Bigfoot up in Washington State. I don't believe nothing these lying folks say.
That's right.
White folks put that stuff on water. Don't play with me now. I shoot it.
That's right.
I ain't want no white. I ain't got no camera. I'm throwing bullets at that thing, man. Man, set that thing off, man. No,
That's right.
I grew up watching a movie and a cartoon. I don't play with stuff like that.
That's right.
And a nigga never seen it. Yeah, right. We don't play that kind of stuff. White folk going on an adventure, going in cave like that, getting that submarine with a joystick from a game. I don't play no stuff like that. I don't believe none of these folks say. Them folks sitting on some island laughing at y'all.
Yep.
Man, you think, first of all, let me say, I'm a billionaire.
Right.
I'll cover. You think I'm finna get in something with my knees in my chest and pay you $250,000 with my son and nothing to eat? Did y'all see how they set in that thing? Knees in their chest to go down here and look at a ship already done sunk. No, thank you. Listen, I'm waiting on Titanic 19 to come out. I know there's gonna be some more, because they already about to be down there Fast and Furious. I'll wait on the movie. You know, it coming out to the new color purple. I don't want to. That's retarded. I'm not going to bomb no sea. I've been a mile in. They're down below the sea. What? 2 miles, 3 miles, 2.5 miles below water. Go walk 2.5 miles. Take it and stick it in the ground. That's just stupid. Pressure, a joystick off a game. We in here. Like, what that is? Oh, I got this from my PS3. Man, turn this mother around before I lose it.
That's right.
I'm losing on you. A game stick, and I'm going to the bottom of the ocean. Let me tell you something. I already see that. Them people that escape, they somewhere else. They trying to get out of something, but them folk will kill. They just don't believe that. They make too much money to be that stupid. Ain't no way to work. You're not no CEO, no company. You're not no millionaire. No, you're no business. You ain't that stupid. My knees in my chest. Man, please. I don't even play like that. My knees in my chest for 2.5 hours. Look at a sunken ship. To do what? And I paid you $250 to do this. He could have got one of them freak prostitutes, one of them S&M. Come with a dip chip chain whip. Don't play no stuff. And them ain't about $100. At best. Don't believe none of these folks say. Don't believe it. I know y'all out there crying. Don't play that stuff. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Then they sit up in an airplane and they heard it blow up. You're in an airplane in the air and you heard something blow up in the water 2.5 miles in the ground. Yeah, I heard that too. Straight lie. I don't believe none of these white folks say. That tell you something, don't even make common sense. How you just having to hit up in the air? Right. You know how was you in the air that you heard something 2.5 miles in the ground? In it 2.5 miles below water, and you heard it blow up. Them some good lies. They told we couldn't find it. They told we counted when they lost communication, we heard a boom, and you just figured that out. Don't believe that. They're gonna tell them folks the truth. Them folks somewhere high, and them folks will kill. Yeah. It ain't hard. It'll come out later. Yeah. It'll come out later. That's why you got money, you owe one of these companies. Folks will do stuff like that. Yeah, I'm telling you, these folks, listen, these folks wicked. These folks wicked. They can't get you out of the way. Them folks let you go out there and pay somebody, and the person in there, he probably got it. I don't know what they did. They're just stupid. Whatever happened, you're just stupid. Should have stayed up here. You need lungs and gills when you go all the way down there. Right. I go on a boat and we go out something like that. I gotta have that vest. I like to have my pistol. I ain't not gonna shoot in the water. I need that pistol. I go throw back. That thing you too fast. You laying back here, you got that water speed. That thing slow. You ate up by then. You know right? I wonder how shark do with doo-doo. Cause some of y'all kids, what y'all put in that bathroom, I know that stuff will clear that ocean out. Come on, finish up. 1825. Oh, we already read that. Yes, 26. Come on, so I give them.
But as for you,
but as for you,
my statutes, my mashpah, and shall not do any of these abominations, neither the native nor the alien who sojourn among you. Mm-hmm. For the Anashim or the Arats who were before you have done all these abominations, and the Arats has become defiled. Mm-hmm. Lest the Arats spew you out when you defile it, and it has spewed out the Gui which has been before you. For whoever does any of these abominations, the persons who do shall be cut off from among their arm.
So he's talking to you about dissecting a body and how you connect. Now I just went and told you that I'm gonna cut them off from among the arm. So I'm telling you how y'all all connect together, okay? I'm talking about serving the body. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about serving the body. And I told you about this at the end, but then I also told you your connection with nature. I told you the land gonna vomit you out, spew you out. That's how nature work. So you're not fighting just against Yahuwah, you're fighting against nature. And all these things gonna come back and work against you. So, and to say that, y'all young people, y'all, I know y'all ain't right now, but just try to remember. This man is destroying their place because of us. Because the people here, what we've allowed. You guys won't get that long of a future on this place. He's constantly destroying because the behavior ain't changing. I know they look at how we cut down on homosexual. I know some of y'all want to try to play across them little lines, but this is why he's destroying the place. Because what you call these little lines, that's what he's telling us, to let you know how adamant we need to be about, and these homies, you know, they keep blaming global warming, all these. When did he talk about global warming? What about El Nino? What that, the little boy? El Nino is the little girl. Which one? Yeah, the boy and the girl. Why they blame on the boy and the girl? We talking about the man and the woman. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The man and woman got their place too, because we don't allow this stuff to happen. There's rules and regulations set for us. You can't cross. You can't cross over another man's wife. That's bottom line. That's another man's wife. He said you just cross-gender the ground. You can't do it. I told y'all you can't put diverse seeds in the ground. Put one. That's the same way. This your companion, y'all together. All they're gonna do is just cause a division, gonna cause a problem. And your division, your problem with your art gonna cause a problem and division right here on the rocks. And the rocks gonna come up to be a witness against you. So all these people getting washed out. They can keep sending money to these people. The man doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
That's right.
He listen, it's spewing out. He told you, the land said, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of these sisters. I'm sick of y'all sitting here committing adultery. I'm sick of y'all fornicating. I'm sick of y'all crossing over the animal, and I'm going to spew you out to show you I'm sick of you.
Yeah.
That's what he do. He said, I'm going to let your behavior attach to the alarm, so the alarm come back to show you you're wrong.
Yeah. That's right.
I know they're going to go get money. It's unfortunate. It's because man is doing too much oil drilling. That's what he put up there. And because you do, did you read that? Just because of the oil drilling?
Yeah, I tell you.
Because you know what? Man rather blame everything than himself.
That's right. That's right.
These homosexual acts, the crossing over with these animals, these sleeping around, vexing these women, trying to sleep with them and their sister. He said, because of all these things, these statutes got, that's why the land spew you out.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you, y'all women, y'all married, you can't cross over. You can't do that.
That's right.
He said, you cross gender in the ground.
That's right.
I'm going to show you how you connect with the alarm. He said, you defiled, the alarm defiled. That's our connection. It work against you. Listen, he fixed it. Listen, nature works with you when you work when you're coherent to his Torah. Because he's going to teach you how you and nature going to work together. Yeah. Nature he teach you, the land got to rest. When did he let the land rest? You can't dig in the ground for no 8 years straight. He said in the 7th, it's got to rest.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got it for 6. He said 7, it rest. He said, so she can yield you back her strength. Listen, man, we overpopulate. Man got to eat. Man got greedy. Man get food in the freezer, he don't even touch it. He go buy food. Refrigerator full of food, food in the freezer, full, and he still go buy food. He wasteful. They think he's stacking up, he's putting up against the last Yamin. You're not. He said everything you put up, it's gonna come back against you. So he just take it. In Oklahoma, these people still sin without power. They're not telling y'all that. You know how long ago that storm been? He's still vexing these people. He's gonna destroy this place. Man is only gonna get worse. I know y'all got these friends, you got them that like they homosexual, they nice people, and you don't realize they showing you how nice they are. He said, that's why I made the land come back and punish him.
That's right.
All of it. I ain't gonna just put on the homosexual, your fornication, your adultery,
That's right.
your lying, your ill will toward one another. He said, all this stuff. He said, make the land sick.
Right.
Because the land agreed with him. When he's sick of you, land said, I'm sick of you too. I need you gone. Land said, I need you out of him. Because he's sick of you. You done made him sick, I'm sick too. Then at both of them, he said, you repulse me. You disgusting. That's why he washed him out. That's another way of purifying.
Yeah.
That's how he do it. People don't realize you don't have to see the water. You don't see he overturning everything in your life. He gonna vex you till he take you out. He gonna make everything work. Nature gonna work against you. You get sick because of nature. Nature got the remedy to every sickness.
Yeah.
Where is it at for COVID? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I don't want you to have no cure. He done told you, I wanted you with the wound of an enemy and with the chastisement of a cruel one. He told you I'd done it. He told you, ain't no healing medicine. All your that don't make sense. I put you in a rocks in a land that yield every one of the leaves for every sickness you can get. I made nature hold back her strength. I made nature not give you no cure. I got you on synthetic drugs. I know it don't work with your body. It make it much sense you eat plastic. What your body can get out of plastic? You can't get nothing from synthetic drugs. Everything I gave you for healing, I told you, I gave you the leaf for the healing of the nation. So what disease gonna come that a leaf can't cure? I just let nature not give you back her strength. Because you done defiled it. You done messed it up. I'll test you to nature. You and nature, and y'all exist together. And when your behavior is not conducive to what I told you, I tell nature not to give you her strength. I let nature vomit you out. They can keep running down the Florida behind. I think it's one of the dumbest purchases I ever seen. They do the same thing every year. I don't know what's different. Every year I gotta pack my stuff up and leave this house. I spend all that money for. Why am I staying in this house? I gotta board it up, go sit out here and dig up dirt, put in bags and lay it all around my house. And come back and thank God this time. But take it all down the wood and the sand, pour out the bag, and come right back some weeks, months later and board it back up and put it and keep thanking God for this wonderful place. I've never seen people so dumb in my life. I don't care what country, just dumb. Let one come through here and watch rock there and see if I build again. I'm outie. Y'all, not Mercedes, not BMW. I'm outie. I'm gone. I don't really tell him, listen. He done already showed me what he thought about it. I'm gone. I'm not no rebuilding no fools. It don't make sense. He done already showed me. Nature done rejected you. Now he told you before, you can build, but I'm gonna throw down. Y'all hear me? Y'all gotta start making up your mind what side y'all on. With kids, wife, everything you got. You better make up your mind, because this man is showing everybody. He gonna show you where you at. Don't you wait till nature gonna continue to keep destroying. This summertime. When I was growing up kids summertime, we ain't have all this destruction summer. We ain't have, y'all remember how many of y'all been growing summer, all this stuff? We ain't had all this stuff. There was summer. That was fun. We were on summer. Everything flooding, everything tore up. These folks don't realize, because you know what? Man, I got worse and worse. They show you, I had enough of you. Man, I've been gay too long. Now you got the books. They teaching us how to be sissies. How did we get here? Because you know what? They my friend. I know they're cool sissies. All sissies hot. They burning. You're going to burn with them. Stop it. Just stop it. It's wrong. Fornicators, adulterers, idolaters, the idol God worship, all the people. Everything he told you about, he said, that's why I put those people out. Those people used to have it before you had it. He got rid of the people who was with him before us. You know why? Because those people did the same act. Now, how you get away with it? How your kids get to doing this okay? Because all this stuff, so how is it okay if your kid do it? How is it okay if your brother and your sister do it? I just told you, because this is why the land is spewing you out. You want to know, why do we have a problem with his mashpah, his judgments, with his statutes? He said a man to do him if he live by him. Man do this, he do this, a man can live. He said, what I gave you, tell me a man and woman can't live if they having sex the proper way. Two men in the booty. Why they ain't gonna live? Why y'all think they, man, he got AIDS? Surprise.
Right.
Surprise. People act like there's some phenomenon with AIDS. You ain't doing it right.
That's right.
I'm talking about, man, I know a guy, he got AIDS from a woman. Mm-hmm. After he slept with a man. That's stupid. No good way hard for a man to get AIDS from a woman. Yeah, they know good and done well. They know how these folks getting this stuff out here. And these women, I get these women too. Y'all love them gay sisters.
Yep.
Know a man gay.
Yep.
Move the whole sitting out like some pig ear hanging over. No good and well that man gay. I don't want to judge. At least he come home with me when he get. Ain't no woman got him. Oh, they know it. No woman. Let me tell you something. I don't believe that stuff. A woman know a man gay. Don't fool yourself. She know he gay.
Yeah.
And sitting there, he got 7 tampons shoving his behind. Like that's some kind of trick. Ain't no trick. He'll sissy. These women let some fools and like they're going they're bad. I'm telling you, I already know the fault. A lot of these guys, whole lot of these sisters, they come through these women. They know it. These women know they know good where they play with them. Play with them, let them put on the lipstick, no. I ain't women. I ain't never with no fools. I ain't never like no girl out there had no sister for no friend. For what? I know that sister putting on that lipstick. That's how you get on a man's mouth. You said that you kiss a sister, be like, Straight, you thinking, what that sister listening like? Me and her, you the same lipstick. They don't know it. Anyway, how many women here had sister friends? How many of y'all can admit that them sisters you to use your stuff? Ain't nobody now. Everybody clean now. I appreciate you being honest. Well, they know it. I'm not gonna be truthful. That sister ain't gonna stop till he use it. Oh, let me tell you something. A sister gonna break up your relationship because you're gonna pour stuff in your ear about him. A sister ain't got a man, you ain't finna keep one. That sister gonna pour in your ear and he gonna cause you problems and he gonna run that man off. I'm telling a sister break your relationship off. He gonna be too much anyway. That man gonna be like, I ain't got time for you and that sister. And they do it on purpose. They know it. Moment he gonna get irritated with. He's sick of. He pop up too much, and all that noise. A man gonna want to hear it irritated. And you thinking, oh, he went for you anyway, girl. He sleeping around. He done ran your luck because that sister can't keep a man. So that sister not gonna let you keep a man that you were born for. That's made to be with you. That sister gonna run it off and make a mess. If you find a woman, she got a sister boyfriend, cut off. Cut her, slap off. I ain't got nothing. But he all right. You sleep with him then. Cause I know it's gonna be a problem. He gonna mess around and gonna switch panties with him. That's gonna be it. You be like, well, your time smell like booty here. Yeah, I know. So switch drawers and flip them inside out and back. He'll mess up. But they don't like that, do they? I can't be wrong. Hey, Hey, was sleep. That's type. Ask him when he wake up. That's not. But that's the truth. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, listen. It ain't hating them. You got to hate the act. We don't have to owe no justification for nothing. It's just wrong. And the women want to cut them off. They ain't got nothing to follow. How many men keep bulldaggers up in there with them? I ain't got time. Girl, bust out. I'm trying to pick up a chick. That joker mess around and smile, and you see that thing, all that hair in between her teeth. I ain't got a chance. You can't win no woman with that. Man, when her teeth look like a Caucasian woman comb, you done. What you that girl look at you? She think, man, I want no pick. I want that one. They don't like that. I be keeping it real though. You ain't finna do nothing this time. All right, I'm telling you something. It's hard to hold a woman down. They play on that gate. It's hard to hold them down. Same thing with a man. Now, he want to try to hold him. I don't care what you do with that man and let that man go with that sister. That man gonna leave you for that man.
Yep.
Once you cross over them taboos, you can't like go on out there and come on back. Or come on back, you gonna have a case of that stuff. There ain't gonna be no butt-wise either. You're gonna have a case. I'm telling you now. Yeah, listen, I've seen too many people try it. You can't win. There'll be women that'll sit around and go along with the man. I'm telling you, I know women will sit there and know they gay and they will try to keep him because they'll feel like at least I don't lose her to a woman. A woman will sit there, she'll keep that joker like that. And a man do the same thing. I don't know why a man be that stupid. Think he hold on to no bull. No, you going somewhere. I ain't got time to play with you. You going to keep combing that hair out of there. You ain't gonna be doing well. That girl need the rod of correction. So. You got all the tongue lashes. Yahuwah gave us a bunch of tongue lashes. He came along and gave her that rod of correction, get her right. He told her, he said, you need a staff to do this. He let him all that talking, don't get it. Hey, man, your talking game ain't gonna work. Man, that's right. I put out my you need a picker, a wonderful picker. That's how I tell her. But go to the carnival. You can see the elephant, but get you a picker. Man, no, let them won't beat me out no tongue. Stop. That's all talk. Tell her all that talking. Trying to stop all that talking.
You're right.
Man, please. That woman sit right here. That woman gonna let somebody go pull somebody out her trunk, a jackhammer. Man, you don't want that woman. You sick. They ain't even playing. You just killing yourself. Just stop it. You know, one of my old car jacks out there long. Man, leave that woman alone. Man, you ain't finna do nothing with that woman. Leave that woman alone. Hey, I'm gonna get here and change it. You just wasting your time. You didn't pull a car jack, one of them old jacks. Sit here, man, you better go that thing come all the way up to the top. You better leave that thing alone, man. It started to bar that thing be jacking all the way up there. No, better go on about your business. Bro, be trying, man. You got time to be fighting again. I ain't got time to be fighting now. You want this. Ain't that right? See, the man done got scared to stake the ground. Ain't that better than what he made for a woman? You have to beat her. I'm trying to listen now. I'm trying to tell you. That's what Harpo had to do, ain't it? She ain't want to act right. They paid for it later, didn't they? But we got to learn how to get ourselves back in perspective to where we're supposed to be. Man has gotten off of course. And I'm saying man, I'm talking about man in general. And now our kids confused because they sitting in school trying to figure how we get him. It's looking normal now. All the schools opening to it, and they just gonna keep rushing it over. They might up being homosexual. We didn't have a teacher. What y'all think the teacher gonna do?
Yeah, that's true for it.
We gonna be straight people gonna be extinct. People that come on the right way gonna be extinct. They gotta make people, and they trying to blame it on the creator, and nobody wouldn't stop and defend this man's position.
Right.
He didn't make us like that.
That's all right.
When Yahushua told, I don't know how you read the book, he said, when they taught him about divorce, he said, Alahym made them male and female.
Yes, sir.
You ain't gonna take that out. He said he made them male and female and said, for this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother. He can't leave no two mothers and no two fathers. You ain't have no business there. And supposed to cleave to his female. You know right? Reaching that man pants. That ain't no real. The woman got your real. That's a pickle. Isn't that right? I don't give a time this and now. Pickle like my pickle. No, sir. Because we don't deal like that. All right, no deal. No deal. Isn't that right? Hey, no deal. We don't play like that. We gotta come back and we confirm to these folks what they manifest. Every world been taught. United Nations meeting, all these world organization mean. How stupid are they when the man clearly told you what's going on? You want to fix the world? Your plan, your energy, your electric cars ain't gonna do it. Right. Those electric cars gonna take more resources from the ground than the oil is. You ripping that place apart. All we gotta do is obey what the man told us. Right. Everybody can get it right. All these races and color, let's just kill the fight. Right. We don't fought long enough, and ain't nothing. We ain't got the white and they ain't got blacker. Right. I ain't no use even trying to fight that fight no more. Everybody just quit it, just stop it. Let's just fight the fight, or let's just do right.
That's right.
Everybody blaming and hating each other. We all been here long enough, everybody got blamed.
That's right.
There's no innocent people on the planet. Every race is guilty. Time for everybody to get right. I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. Y'all young people done heard me now. If y'all got something you struggling with, it's your sexuality, we're gonna get you straight.
That's right.
You know, we don't play that. The rock's messed up. We here to save our kids. Sure. We need young men to grow up, develop, to be men, and then you could take on a woman, a wife. We need these young women to grow up, and you could take on you a husband. That's how nature intended it. That's how Alahym intended it. That's right. Ain't that right? That's why we dress. I'm telling you another thing I heard of. Dressing them like little boys, that made them turn out homosexual. Yeah. That's what they say they want to. Yes, woman don't need no pants. She don't need no tight pants on. That's right. She in a dress. That thing that's a woman. It got to, let me tell you something. Go get a sew and wrap that thing, keep it wrapped up. What's gonna happen? How that sew gonna look? That thing needs some air.
Yeah.
Need a dress. That thing gotta breathe. Yes, got no double jean jacked all up in your body, in your butt crack, and in your womb. Yeah. If you have no blue jeans jacked all up in your vagina, that thing gotta breathe. It's a wound. Y'all had a soap before your man, that air hit it. We ain't saying that go draws inside him now. But you need to let some air get in there. That's how a woman is. She need to be able to breathe. I need to do my leg for what? In the street? Put your leg down. Man, they need to be, I'm telling you, we gotta teach our women femininity. That's something you gotta be able to teach. They gotta see it. It's a dress, it's a way. Don't put on no cologne. She knows some perfume. I smell, some of y'all women don't wear nothing I smell. It's just air. And then that's bad. Don't want to do that. You don't just smell air. Because some gonna funk you out. Somebody else might call and you ain't got on nothing, versus you have on something. It ain't her. You just leave yourself just open to the imagination. Malcolm like that. Woman need to smell good. Put your little bit on now. Put something here and hit all around them areas. I'm trying to help them out. You gotta hit them areas. So you be out there, folks know distinctness. See, a man, he put it on, his little musk gonna kick off in it. You know, say something, that woman out smell a little funny. It ain't gonna make a woman chemistry different. I'm telling you something. You can smell perfume or cologne on some people, and you put on, it won't smell the same on you. Yeah. Somebody, I want to smell like yours. Well, you probably take a bath. Now I don't know what to tell you. So I'm telling you, some people body chemistry, it kick different. You smell it, you say, that's that kind of doo-doo in there. It ain't the cologne. Now, the cologne smell like doo-doo. No, it ain't the cologne. There ain't nothing wrong like that chicken. Ain't nothing wrong with that chicken. So make sure y'all know that when we have all that. I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. Tomorrow we want the crew. Make sure what y'all supposed to bring tomorrow. Bring your bands. That's right. Y'all know what we're gonna do. And deodorant. Extra deodorant. Don't be musty before we start now. Them bad signs. If I did a pre-workout before I came to, don't pre nothing. Saying that, don't even preheat. We're just gonna work, we're gonna talk, we're gonna have us a nice talk. So y'all women, y'all make y'all bring y'all band, we're gonna have us a nice talk. We're gonna talk with some bands. And then we're gonna have a good conversation. Y'all gonna see it'll be a good conversation. It's gonna be good. Because I'm about helping. I want us to build. I just believe we need to work on the whole man. Y'all got it. We don't want to just work on my mental, just work. No, we want to work on the whole person. I want you to view the whole person because you're a package, just like Yahuwah. Yahuwah a package. It ain't just one part, it's the whole part. You got to buy into the whole. You can't just keep his commandment, not keep his statute and his judgment. You can't do one. He said, listen, he said, if you break one, so you know, there's no way to separate. It's all you're all one cohesive unit, and you gotta learn how to understand yourself that way. And when you let certain things fall away about you, it's hard to mentally set yourself. It's hard to physically set yourself if you don't have yourself mentally set. It's hard to deal with root acne when you got other things that are chemically imbalanced, things that not operate cohesively. It's gonna be hard. So our goal is try to fix the whole man. I came in, we're gonna have us a day, we're gonna just talk with some bands. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're just gonna talk. Really, I'm honest. It ain't about honestly, it ain't about what y'all think. It ain't about no trying to be better. No, get out your mind. We're gonna talk as men. We want to be better as men. I'm just being, when we're not better as men, we let the whole world down. What I blame the women for is because really I gotta come back to the man. We dropped the ball. Women should never have to go and cuddle with homosexuals to try to make friends. We should be your best friend. So we dropped the ball. If I blame you, can I at least admit where we dropped the ball at? We don't communicate. We get married, we start talking. So you leave that room or we don't talk. So we talk the date to get you to a point where we can sex you, but then after that, you don't get the same communication from us. We get what we want. So then we leave them open to other things. That's right. Even if a man, even if he's inferior, he's less, they look at we not complete. We say, oh, well, I don't know what you want. Oh, won't. I've been working, I pay the bills. What her dad was doing. So we got to get out of, I'm working, I pay the bills. So that justify everything I do. No. We've been hurt, we've been scarred. At the same time, we got to repair. We got to teach our young men how to repair. That's something we do at men. We teach them how to play football, basketball. We teach them how to shoot. We teach them how to run. We teach them how to build. We just don't teach them how to repair themselves. We'll teach them how to go out and how to source the right information so you can repair itself. So we leave a lot of damaged men. We had a physical structure. We had a conversation. But inside, we imperfect in a lot of ends at being men. That's right. We got a lot of shame, got a lot of defeat, we got a lot of hurt, we got a lot of things we still struggle with, trying to overcome. And it hurts us that when we're not what we need to be, whole world chaotic. Whole world chaotic. So, brothers, Akeem, I have to tell you this. We're in violation. That's right. The kids ain't got nothing to follow. The women ain't got nobody to live. He said, ask for my people. He said, children rule over them. And women are the oppressor. Well, women rule, he said, and children are the oppressors. He said, they which lead you cause you to error. And they destroy the way you path. So he tried to tell her what our problem was. No, that's all. We don't let things get so far out of hand, out of whack. Now we sit around, we try to reason with kids versus we get order. My dad never really tell, this is what you're gonna do. That's how the home is shaped and done. I'm gonna tell you what you're supposed to do. My mama had enough, she said, go see your dad. You're done. Go ask your dad. Like, I'm not asking that man nothing. Cause I go ask his son, what you gonna ask me something for, nigga? What she done told you no? And it'd be the worst thing in the world. I already know. Don't ask him nothing. This is like suicide to go. How many of y'all mom told y'all, go ask your dad? This is like the dumbest thing you could do. Cause he's gonna pick. You'll never come ask me nothing. What she done told you no, nigga? God. Oh, and it's all there's a conversation where he like, oh, good. You ain't never going nowhere. He like, this was bad from the jump. When they tell you go ask your daddy, don't do it. It's a suicide mission.
That's right.
They're gonna read all through it. That mean I had enough of it. Go ask him. Let him go and shut you down one time. But see, we gotta learn how to work together. They ain't trying to make the other person like a bad person, but we work cohesively as a unit. A lot of things won't have to be where we let kids divide us. And a lot of times we don't realize we've been divided from the system, from our kids. Everybody divides us. Now I'm trying to come in. What he want to do is come in so we can try to reconcile, fix it, repair the breaches. Hello? They don't like come say it like this. This come to self-correction. For all of us, self-correcting is what we got to learn how to do. But we got to do it where we don't just do it for ourselves. We're going to do it based upon the writings. Going through, examine, look at what mandates a man, what mandates a woman, what mandate protocol that he said this is acceptable. He told us about being a living sacrifice. And it's something acceptable. That make a world ridiculous. You can bring anything and make a sacrifice. He said, but that's what I accept. You can cut a pig up and bring it. Do I accept that? Said, it's again, you know why I don't take a pig? It's a filthy animal. Because of how I eat, it won't give nothing back up. It'll sit there, it'll eat, it's disgusting. It'll go right back to the field. He said, I would never want to rate you with that. That type of animal like that, I wouldn't take it. Because I wouldn't accept that behavior from you either. See, look at the behavior of a pig. I wouldn't take it, and I wouldn't want you to be one. But let's just be honest. All of us, pigs. Pigs. Because we'll go right back to stuff that we let go. He said a pig do that. And a dog will go back to his own vomit. He let us know. So when you go back to stuff that you say I gave up and quit, how you think he look at us? As a dog. He said, that's the saying. You're a dog. You went right back. Well, you called me a beast. He said a dog returned back to his own vomit. You're going right back to the stuff you used to do. So all this was important for them to look at when they put something down, like Shaul said, putting those things behind me and doing what? Keeping my eye back looking at them? Because I can't go back to them. He said, once I put them down, I can't go back. He even told you if I build again the things I tear down. All these things are important, especially as men. Staking your claim, understand the importance of our liability and consequences when we make decisions. We have to weigh that as men. Y'all got it? I know it was a lot. Appreciate it.